Ringside. Woodward Sports.
What up, though, everybody? It is Chris Platte of Woodward Sports. Kool-Aid will be joining us shortly. I am here with my boy Brendan as well, holding it down. Jeff will be here shortly. We are ready. The Pistons are ready to tip off. Cade Cunningham is back in the building. Man, that's huge, too. That's huge, too, because they are getting ready to tip off right this second. And here comes the man, the myth, no myth, absolutely a legend, Kool-Aid. Shout out to Kool-Aid, man. Shout out to Kool-Aid for joining us. And then, Brendan, when you get a chance, make sure you can tweet out the link. It's on there, or I'll have Jeff do it shortly. But we are ready, man. Atlanta Hawks, 8-2 in their last 10. The only team hotter in the Eastern Conference than them is the Detroit Pistons. So this is a back-to-back, but you have a rested Cade Cunningham, a well-rested Cade Cunningham. So you're feeling good about your chances here. This is going to be an exciting one. I really think this is the matchup to watch for them. Shout out to Kool-Aid, blessing us as always. This is the matchup, Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm matchup.
Ready. I'm ready. Like, Jalen Johnson has been absolutely hooping. They got him on the screen there.
Yeah.
One of 5 players to average the stat line that he has, about 22 points, 8+ assists per game. And since Trae Young has gone down, he's been able to stabilize this Hawks team. And every year at the trade deadline for the last 2 or 3 years, he's been the question mark. With Jalen Johnson now kind of arising, I wonder what this trade deadline is going to look like for the Hawks. But Pistons got to handle business tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And you told us right before tip-off, Dennis and Cade in the starting lineup.
That Asar's not listed as out.
Asar is playing. Yeah, Asar is playing. So that is a very interesting wrinkle to the lineup. But we talked about it on the heavyweights, man. Like, we saw Cade Cunningham and Dennis Schroeder be a lineup that they very much liked last year in the playoffs, and they went to it in big moments. And we talked about how Dennis yesterday on the stream kind of resembled a lot of what Dennis Schroeder brought to his team.
Hawks
so here we go. Hawks win the tip, man. Let's go. Let's rock.
Said Dyson Daniels against Cade Cunningham. I was wondering how that matchup was going to go. I knew Dyson was going to be on Cade, but I was wondering who Cade was going to defend.
Cade Cunningham bringing it up.
Wasting no time. Beef stew up high to Jalen Duren.
And there's just nothing you can do about it. There's just nothing you can do about Jalen Duren.
He knows that he's arrived.
Absolutely.
Like it's as if that switch has gone off in his head now, where he realizes I am the biggest player. You know what I love the most about that? Strong hands on the ball. He didn't take that dribble in the paint that some centers would do, and he realized just from here,
keep it up,
straight up, and he put it in with the and one. Strong finish. It looked like both of those defenders look like gnats on Jalen Duren. That's what I'm saying. It's as if something has gone off, and he realizes now, I am the biggest player on the court. I am the most physical, and I am the most athletically gifted at my size out here.
Jalen Duren,
let's go
with a hot start. You'll love to see it. Jalen Johnson, however, not as good of a start. Love to see that. Dennis Jenkins bringing the ball to full court.
Shout out
to Jeff. Shout out to Jeff for pulling up.
Hey, so we got 2 Cade Cunningham jerseys. What? Oh, no, you got the Grant Hill.
Grant Hill, yeah. Had to go throwback a little bit.
So you have the original. No.
My Cade one is my Cade one's got to be clean. You know,
I've
been wearing it, because he's balling. Jeff, I have the tweet open. Can you tweet that link for me when you get a second?
And I was also going to say shout out to, and I got to shout out Res Ball Podcast. Shout out to them because they coined this first, double beef. You got Beef Stew and Jalen Duren starting. This was something that they tried to do underneath coaches that I don't think they were equipped necessarily with the X's and O's to get it done.
Yeah.
But J.B. Bickerstaff, he came here stating,
oh my God.
Jalen Duren again.
And what a great quick entry pass for Dennis Jenkins to know exactly. Cade didn't have the angle. He gave it to Jenkins to make the pass. Like I said, man, Jenkins has been making some passes.
Hey,
and
Jenkins
there's
with the
some
defensive
energy.
stop.
There's some energy. Cade bringing it up.
1-on-4. Cade.
To Duncan Robinson in the corner.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
this
go.
is off to a very good start.
7 minutes left.
Kool-Aid, I said it last night on the stream. Remember, first quarter starts. This team is great quarters 2 through 4. If they could just get that first quarter right, I mean,
listen, man.
70 wins. No, I'm kidding.
Sometimes I wonder. Jalen Duren gets called for the foul there. He has to, when he goes up, keep those hands up, which he's been doing a little bit better job at after the first 2 or 3 games of the season.
Absolutely.
That time he swipes down and gets called for the foul. But good on you for calling out the Dennis Jenkins pass there, man.
Yeah, he's and that's what you love about having another ball handler with Cade. Cade is still the point guard, but having another guy with point guard abilities out there just really helps because they trap Cade aggressively. So sometimes Cade just doesn't have the right angle. He knows where the ball needs to go, but he can't get there. So somebody to make a quick, decisive pass that's accurate like Dennis Jenkins really helps.
Definitely helps, man.
So, yeah, this is a great start if you're the Pistons right now.
The Hawks got their
Jalen Duren with
Peachtree
the
jerseys
board.
on tonight.
Shout out to Dennis.
I might have stayed in the hotel out there on Peachtree. I might have gotten into something. Never mind.
Duncan
Robinson. He's getting into trouble out there, though.
Yeah.
He went to Magic City last night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or tonight. Or
Hey,
both.
And you know what? Shout out to our guy, Rod Beard, formerly of the Detroit News, now of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He's out there covering the game tonight.
Shout out, man. Listen, it's
know he
so
was
good
on the
to see
Woodward
two
Pistons
black
podcast.
back in white and blue, man. I can't wait. Cade, this looks like it's going to be an ISO. Nope, he's going to give it to Robinson again because they are helping off of
He tried
Jenkins.
the ISO, but
Jenkins for 3.
and you know what I love about that is that they helped off of Jenkins to double team Cade Cunningham, who wound up hitting a 3 with the open space. Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And JB Bickerstaff knows his team. Just to go back earlier to what I was saying about their double beef lineup, you got Duren and you got Beef Stew in here. A lot of people said that was crazy.
Yeah.
It says that has passed you by, right? Then how is JB Bickerstaff able to make it work so efficiently?
Duren with the strong take. Ooh,
He'll
just
get
didn't
better
get
at
the
that.
right roll.
I
Yeah.
like the aggressiveness. He'll get better at that. He missed the layup off the
I'm telling you,
off the
man, that's
carom.
that Giannis stuff. That's that Giannis stuff. Seeing it now. If he can add that to his game, what you can do with this team's offense is so insane.
So is Dwayne Casey's words of him being Sean Kemp-esque? That actually has a
2-0.
chance. I remember when people said Sean Kemp. It's like now you're looking at him as a big man having the dribble package that's budding, having the ability to shoot from that McDice territory, the ability to, honestly, we've seen him drive and pull up and just dunk.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff it's insane. And I wonder where he goes from here as he continues to develop, knowing, I can play at all 3 levels. Because usually big men will work on some of the pet moves in the paint. This guy is working, just turned 22 today. Happy birthday, Jalen Duren. He's working right now as a young player, adding to his game before he even gets that second contract. You see what I'm saying? He's going to be a monster if he continues to develop at this. And we've seen other players continue to grow. It's not like Giannis entered the league as the MVP Giannis that we see, and the champion Giannis that we saw him to become. And that's where it's like Duren's start, it's pretty formidable as it relates to where he can or can't get in this league. I don't think he's going to be the same player as a Giannis, but in terms of an impact across, the entire stat sheet and a guy who can stretch the floor in a myriad of ways, I like where this thing can go for Jalen Duren.
Absolutely. Here,
that's
people
what
in the
you're
chat
kind of
asking where we are
comparing
at.
it
It
to,
is
growth in
7:50 left. Hawks just got to stop. Pistons are up 13-9. So yes, we are a bit behind, but
Johnson.
stay tuned with us. That means you're gonna see the moments before we see it.
Yeah,
and
13,
it's gonna be
12.
cool because you guys are gonna get to see our reactions. Very, very excited, man. This is great. Duncan Robinson not holding anything back.
Splashing. Wait, what happened though?
I think they called some type of screen,
But
some type of illegal screen. No.
did it happen before he shot? Because that's supposed to count the bucket. He hit the 3. That's supposed to count. Oh, he's saying it too.
So what
Let's
happened?
see when they call it. I can't tell when they call it.
They're calling an offensive foul on Stu, but the ball is already
It's
in
still
the air.
supposed to count.
Yeah. That should still definitely be good. I don't understand why it wouldn't.
He has 9
Yep.
points, 3 of 3 3-pointers tonight for Duncan
we go.
Robinson,
Yeah,
and we'll see if this one counts.
I wouldn't.
So
should.
far, he is the Pistons offense.
Yep, 3-pointer.
All right,
There we go.
sweet.
And we talk about, can he play the Malik Beasley role for right now? That's something we've continued to wonder. The volume that's missing with not just him, but Tim Hardaway took a lot of threes too. Duncan Robinson now is proving after a sluggish start to the season that he might just be capable of going out there and being that volume knockdown shooter. And Matt Shepard, shout out to Matt Shepard, Brother Edwards in their show 2 to 4 on the network. He called out the fact that these guys, they don't need a lot of field goal attempts. Not compared to other players that are their equivalents.
Great move by
shout
Jalen
out.
Duren. Great footwork.
Continues to be patient in there, bro.
Yeah,
Remember
absolutely.
the things we talked about preseason? He's done them.
He's done everything and more. It's insane.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen development this fast?
No.
A rise this fast?
No, not like this from a big man. You talk about a lot of the great bigs.
Look at Stu, dog.
That is great.
Dapping up the bench after his and one.
You talk about a lot of the bigs, and they came in the league, some of the premier bigs skilled. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis. They came in the league skilled. Bam took several years to put it together. Jalen Duren has taken a massive step in just this one season. Now, granted, you could say that it's a culmination of the previous seasons, but to see a season-to-season jump like this from a big, I cannot recall, because a lot of those other guys, they came in the league polished. Jokic, it was just about getting reps. He kind of hit the ground running once he got his opportunity, and then just continued to get better from there. So, to me, I can't see, in terms of dimensions and facets added to your game, I can't recall a big man that has had quite a turnaround like Jalen Duren. So, this is awesome to see, man. This is, I mean, by far and away most improved. Biggest leap. Did not see this coming at all. Like I said, I thought Asar was going to be the Robin.
I thought it was gonna be Duren, bro. That's going back to in the summer when we were doing this show when Shep first got here, and for some reason I knew that Asar was gonna be a pivotal piece. Obviously, I put Jaden Ivey already in a different category. I'd already labeled him that before, so I didn't have to worry about him. But with Jalen Duren, he was a guy that not only did I want to see him take the next step, but he was a guy that needed to become that star next to Cade Cunningham.
Absolutely.
And so to see him doing this early in the season, JB Bickerstaff keeps throwing the credit back to the player, saying he did the work. We saw him do the work. He came here with a whole bevy of skills and confidence behind these skills, because some of the things that you guys see him doing here, like the kind of dribble pull up that he did the other night. Well, we've been seeing him do that in practice for the last few years.
Yeah.
And sometimes what will people say when we post it? Oh, man, he don't need to be working on that. And I told people, look, guys, they out here, because we get to see the last 30 minutes to maybe an hour of their practices. Their first hour and a half to 2 hours, it's closed off. And you hear these guys going at it. So we get to see them do it. And that's him going above and beyond and saying, I'm also going to work to make sure in season I can get better, because I can't just rely on the off season. Now you're looking at, how is he making these types of strides this early in this off season? Nobody believed he could be as good as we've seen him be this early in the season. Did we believe he could get there eventually? Yes, but he just kicked off the season like, bro, I'm making the All-Star team.
Yeah.
Like, just straight up, that's the energy I'm on. There's not going to be any tense pressure. There's not going to be any weird rumors. I'm getting the contract. And we talk about Sean Kemp. Who do they got on the screen with Jalen Duren? 30-15 on 90% shooting. Dwight Howard, Alonzo Mourning, Brad Daugherty, and who else? Sean Kemp. I'm gonna find a way to pull up either get Dwayne Casey's audio or see if we can find some way to get him some type of interview or something where we can talk to him about that, because that was when they got Jalen Duren, that was something that he continued to press about his skill set, man.
And they were so happy when they got Jalen Duren too, because like you said, they had him 5 on their board, right?
Yeah,
they had him 5 on their board.
Troy Weaver said he had him in. Well, he said he had him in the top 5.
Yeah, in the top 5.
So he never specified necessarily where he had him on that big board, but we know he coveted him. We definitely know that. So and it's cool to see these guys step up and take the charge. This is what we needed to see the entire time, man.
Absolutely.
Like, they're no longer saying, "Oh man, we got to get the vets right. Oh man, we got to find this player and that player." Now they're talking about now, well, we just need one more player to maybe help K win the championship. Yep. It's like that's where we're at already. And why? Because these young players took the step. These young guys decided we're going to work, and we haven't even seen Ivy on the court yet, who was their second leading scorer last year, who was one of their top 3-point shooters on volume last year.
I am so excited for that, man. I am so excited.
Pistons are up 21-14, 6 minutes left in the first. Jalen Johnson gets another bucket. Hasn't been a pretty night for the Hawks offense at all. 14 points halfway through the first. Let's see if the Pistons can keep it up. Hey, listen, these first quarters, we're going to have to start tracking these. How many times did they make Platte happy? The first quarters, we're going to track these,
This
dog.
is a happy, yep.
This is a happy one so
This
far.
is a happy, man. This isn't like Boston. This isn't like, who's some of their other slow starts?
Hey,
Big Orlando.
Yeah. Jeff and Brendan, we're going to have to come up with something for our first quarters.
Yep.
For Platte, man. Keep Platte happy.
We're going to have to, man. Right
So
now,
happy
right
you
now
don't
you're
need
doing
no
a
honey
great job.
packs.
What's that?
I said happy enough that you don't need no honey packs.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
You don't need no pep in the step.
A SAR.
Matched
after
it with
the last
Jalen
4
Johnson.
games. You wonder, Kool-Aid, do you think because he's coming off the bench that he'll see some type of minute restriction in this game?
Some believe maybe they're just ramping him up because his injury was a little bit more extensive. And so that might be something they're doing, just kind of ramping him up, gearing him up. Or either J.B. Bickerstaff just knows his team, his personnel. The way he's pulled these strings early in the season, I'm just like, bro, you knew you were going to get this out of Dennis? You know what I mean? Like they aggressively went and just got a Javante Green. Hey, we really want him. When he became
Duncan
available.
tried to show you something with the hand up there. Slow your roll, big
just
fella.
shoot it. No.
Yeah, just shoot it.
I mean, well, we know that the thing. Hey, shout out to Javante Green.
Yeah,
He's
shout out
just
to
always in the
Javante
mix.
Green. And I said this, man. Shout out to
Come on, Duncan.
ooh,
They're
almost
getting this
4.
man every 3-point attempt.
Almost another one
much is,
for him.
you know, because Malik Beasley made those shots, and and look,
Yeah.
if the Pistons can get him back, bring back our Detroit brother,
Yeah.
our Michigan brethren. But I do wonder now how much of that. Shout out to Luke Kennard, former Piston. He's on the Peachtree Hawks, on the Atlanta Hawks. But I think that it also shows the effectiveness of a Cade Cunningham to get these people as wide open looks as they are getting, to the point that, hey, my 7 looks a game next to Cade Cunningham is way different than my 7 looks next to a less or inferior point guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was a clean block? Or he made that?
He made that. He made that. Jalen Johnson's starting to get it going, and the Hawks
It's a 7-0
closing.
run in the last 133.
Yep, the Hawks closing this on the Pistons here. Jalen Duren just barrels to the rim. I mean, that was just, I'm taking the ball to the rim, and there's nothing you can do about it. Luke Kennard.
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Oh, they called charge. Did they call charge?
I don't know.
It looked
Kennard
like he
looks
cleared
upset.
off, but Cade still blocked it a
The
little.
downsides of not having sound, but we don't want to get a strike. But
Yeah, I think they called charge. He pushed off. I think Cade still. Did he get a piece of that still?
yeah, oh yeah, that's an off arm for sure.
Ooh.
That's an off
I
arm.
hate seeing
for
him
sure.
fall on his back again.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was an off arm. Or else Cade was gonna block that.
yeah.
Cade was about to clean that. I really hate seeing him take that type of fall. So I'm glad that the ref did actually call that offensive foul. Nike put in that call like, hey, bro, we just signed him to a 6-year deal.
Duncan
Y'all got to keep our
Robinson
guys safe.
Misses but gets his own rebound, man. Duncan's just got a pep in his step today. I'll tell you that.
He took a honey pack before the game.
You talk about honey packs. That man definitely probably had a honey pack. Cade Cunningham with a nice
mid-range.
ISO bucket. Cade Cunningham, man, being very selective so far. I mean, really not shouldering a lot of the load offensively as of right now. He's really just kind of letting everybody else get going, get to their spots, and
It's what he does. Those first quarters, he probes. Sometimes I want him to hit the gear scoring-wise, and he talked about that, the difference between his play in the playoffs, the first game against the Knicks versus the second game. And he actually decided, you know what, no, I'm going to press the issue in that second game. But I wonder if now, as your personnel changes, if you do have the opportunity to kind of not coast through a first quarter,
Duncan.
but set
Had
up
to
your
shoot
teammates through that first quarter.
Yeah.
Give yourself an opportunity to pick, probe, see what's going on, put some people in foul trouble, and then absolutely take over in that third and fourth quarter, which we've seen them do time and time again.
All right, let's see.
25,
Jalen Johnson
22.
pulls up a 3, and it is
25 all.
through. 25 all. Timeout, JB Bickerstaff.
And you know what's improved? The Hawks' defense. The Pistons were
Absolutely.
scoring at a pretty good pace. It's not as if the scoring has improved overall that greatly for the Hawks. But it's 25 all as we get close to the end of it. It felt like what, just like 20, 25, 16. It felt like 5 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
Hawks defense has turned up.
I mean, Duncan's
Yeah,
missed.
absolutely.
Duncan's missed a couple of those open shots that you'd like to see him make, but I mean, other than that, you can't really complain with how he's playing right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? Let's go back to our booth real quick. Definitely, man. Let's get Jeff in and let's get Brendan in while the game is on timeout. Just to ask you guys just about the Pistons, not just tonight, but overall. This squad now is looking like they want this number 1 seed from start to finish, man. What up, though, Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, this team is exciting, man. I mean, you look at everything that they're doing. It's not just Cade Cunningham. It's not just the Cade Cunningham show. Now you're seeing Jalen Duren take those steps to be a complete player, an elite player, defensively, offensively. I love the fact that Jalen Duren sometimes brings the ball. He gets that rebound and he's off.
Yeah, it's like
he's
these minds.
dribbling up the court, making the right pass or taking it right to the bucket. He has that type of athleticism that allows him to do that. And then it's just getting more shooting as time goes by, especially around Cade. That's why I really like to see Dennis in that 2-guard role tonight, where he takes a little bit of pressure off Cade, but also can be a shooter when Cade is on the floor. So I like to seeing that lineup.
Hey, man. He's spitting over there. What up, though, bro?
I mean, I agree. Everything he said, correct. Like, I was not expecting this out of this team this early. Like, 2 losses at this point is kind of crazy. Dennis Jenkins has been going crazy. I did not expect that from him at all. Watching him is so fun. Just watching this team in general right now is just so fun. I love it. It's amazing being a Pistons fan right now. It truly is.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate you all's perspectives, especially the ones that might not have been as clued into, the 04 Pistons and everything that they were. Like, you might have known. You might have heard something, but it wasn't like yours.
I was 2 years old at that point. Man. That's not my.
I was 4. I just remember being in front of the TV somewhere.
Yeah, it's just like I can't call that.
I used to be like, and so it changes, and you'll see how this run for you guys changes your perspective going forward too. When I saw Cade Cunningham, when I saw like Jaden Ivey, when I saw like Jalen Duren, you see Isaiah Stewart, and you see all this young talent, the first place my mind went to was, we haven't had this much drafted young talent, with this much high ceiling, since the bad boy years.
Yeah.
So I knew, they got the potential to really do something, and to see them put
Great
together
move
is awesome.
from Paul Reed.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
Off
good.
the timeout.
If they score, we call it out.
Aggressive.
27-25.
Aggressive power spin.
Yeah, but it's good to see them putting it together.
Yeah, truly.
Let's see, 27-25. Ooh,
nobody
2:33
there.
left in the first.
I think that was the SARS man.
Yeah. Dang, and they get
a
careless
quick turnover. Open 3
and
for
these are
Atlanta.
like no K minutes, right? So
Yep.
K just went out. So
Dennis is in. So it's going to be Dennis and Asar running the show.
yeah, SAR's handling it right now. Inside pass to I think Javonte Green, who's going to the foul line. Well, if they give him
Man,
that.
shout out to just Trajan Langdon to pick up on the margins. Two very late offseason additions in Jenkins and Green. And both of them now giving you significant minutes. You don't have this win streak without them. Man, it's been incredible, man. Trajan, in a summer that we thought was very quiet for the Pistons, that a lot of people around the league, around the NBA wanted fireworks. Trajan said, I want to bet on my young guys, and I'm going to find the right pieces around them to kind of supplement it in case of injury, in case of emergency. And I mean, they've done it.
They've excelled.
I'll say this: I think
more
this
than
offseason is better than last season offseason. And you went last offseason, went 3 for 3. You got Tobias, you got Tim Hardaway, you got Malik Beasley.
Yeah,
and this
there's
offseason, I think you did a great job of threading that needle of not taking a step back, but replacing what you lost.
And that's what I mean about, Trajan Langdon. Let me put him in there as well as JB Bickerstaff, understanding and knowing their personnel. Because I've been sitting here asking for that Thomas Bryant type of player for a long time.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah.
But who knew? Like it would be disrespectful to say, well, Paul Reed is that Thomas Bryant. Oh, he's way better than that. But he's also bringing that big brother, what you want to do. You really want to take this outside? Nah, I ain't think so type energy to this thing. And I love that. And it's not just that he's one of those guys that's running out there and trying to just be physical. He's a guy that's going out there and actually, hey, I could put 20 and 10 on your head too. That's what I'm saying. They've gone out there and they've been able to identify Javonte Green. Mm-hmm. Out of the Pelicans, out of all the players, bro, we've looked up and down that roster a lot of times in terms of who do we want to pluck. None of us said Javonte Green. Yeah. Let's just be for real. Yeah. We even said we want Willie Green. Shout out to UDM legend before we said Javonte. But Trajan knew, and it was a pivot. He said we wanted to get Dennis Schroeder, but he can starter cash. Yeah. But if we good though, you're talking about the guy who can actually say we're good right now. It's Trajan.
Yeah, that's the guy that can say we're good, and there is nobody to question it right now.
Let's let him.
Well, he did.
Dennis Jenkins was a nice move.
He made a trade deadline trade last season that worked out really good for the Pistons.
Yep, absolutely.
Jenkins, dog, is an amazing story. I can't say this enough. Like being able to cover his summer league experience, and him just being cool, talking to me, talking to the other reporters.
Great defense by Ron Holland, of course. Surprise, surprise.
It was awesome, and to see him here now, to cover him in the G League, see him here right now, this is pretty crazy, man. Yeah.
Asar trying to get it going.
Great pet move. The spin to the middle of the lane from the free throw.
He loves that move.
Yep.
That's his go-to, especially when he has space like
that. The Pistons on a 6-0 run without Cade Cunningham. You don't see this often so far this season.
Look how solid they are defensively.
But this is what you can start to expect to see more of with the defense.
Good defense.
And now you have a guy like Dennis Jenkins who is going to, as you see, get legit minutes, no matter Cade Cunningham playing or not. He started next to Cade Cunningham. That shows you a lot. He is absolutely going to be a consistent rotation player until somebody takes it from him.
But what did we like last year in the second half of the season more than a lot of other lineups? We loved the Cade and Schroeder minutes.
Absolutely.
We loved them.
You went to it in your big spots in the playoffs. Yeah. That was a lineup they consistently trusted, like I said. And I think that's good.
And how good did Cade and Dennis look to start the game?
Great.
Really good.
You called out earlier that play. Shout out to Johnny Kane and my guy Corey Moore from Pistons PR on the screen right now. But you called it out earlier in the game when Cade was able to, off the double team, pass it to Dennis Jenkins, and he make the right play. Do you know how critical it is for this team to make the right play when Cade's double teamed? You can't blow those plays because you're going to have no success. These are some of the things that they failed at in times past when this team wasn't worth a dime. And we're sitting here saying, oh, we know Cade's talented, but what's going on? It's not just necessarily can the three-point shooters hit the three-point shot off of Cade dribbles. Sometimes it's can your secondary facilitator and ball handler make the right play when Cade's double-teamed. Yep. And so when we saw them take this leap last year in the beginning of the season, there was two players in particular, Tim Hardaway and Jaden Ivey, who did that so well every time Cade was double-teamed in that early part of the season.
And you've seen that when Jaden Ivey went out, that they missed that so much. That's why they went and got Dennis Schroeder.
Great take
now you
from
see
Green.
That, Dennis is stepping into that role, and then when Jaden Ivey comes back, then you have,
Oh! What a
That's
buzzer.
That's going to count. 30
what
to 35.
What a buzzer shot from Wallace to end the first quarter, 30 to 35. Your Detroit Pistons have the lead. And we do got a super chat. Shout out Caseville Country Boy saying, how did you originally feel about the Stackhouse for Hamilton trade when it happened? Kool-Aid, I'm going to toss that to you because the first Piston game I ever watched was with my dad and my uncle in 2004 when Chauncey Billups hit the half quarter to force overtime. People forgot we lost that game because of the shot, but that was when Mr. Big Shot moniker was born. So that was after Hamilton was already on the team. Kool-Aid. The Stackhouse for Hamilton trade. I can say from hindsight it worked great, but in the moment, I know it was kind of controversial because Stackhouse was a bucket.
Look, it was very controversial because it wasn't just that he was a bucket, but you felt like he wanted to do it for Detroit. Like you felt like he wanted it to, I don't know. But Detroit, I don't know how good they were to him during his tenure. His years were not the best years here in terms of success on the court. And so when he was traded, you could see, all right, this team is starting to line some good things up. You wanted him to be a part of that. Yeah. So when they traded him, it was just like, dang, Like, whoa. That was the one guy we wanted to be able to keep. You know, if we were going to move forward, build around him. But Joe Dumars had the foresight to understand and know, you know, back then in terms of usage and ball dominance and all that type of stuff, that Chauncey Billups was going to have to be the guy to have that ball in his hands. Mm-hmm. You know, you even talk about the game that Rip played. Rip got the ball if Chauncey called that play and passed it to him. And it was very, very limited, you know, movement or dribbles from Rip. It might have been like, if anything, I'd be surprised if he took 2 dribbles off of those things.
That is absolutely a great point. Yeah, Rip's points came when it was allowed or called upon in the flow of the offense. You weren't giving Rip the ball on the wing and saying, all right, go to work.
And I see Case for a country boy. He says in Jerry Stackhouse time in Detroit, he recorded the most points in a game by a Detroit Piston. You cannot say he was not successful here. Kool-Aid, I love you, buddy.
No one
He
wants
didn't
to.
win. He was a bucket. Trust me. I have that. I'm going to take a picture of it. I have that picture signed on my wall from Jerry Stackhouse from that game. That's why I've continued to say and tweet out over the last couple of weeks, Cade Cunningham has a chance to potentially get that record, but right now Jerry Stackhouse is a walking bucket. That 57 points on April 3rd, which is my anniversary as well, against the Chicago Bulls. I know that, bro. Trust me. So it's like, it hurt when we lost him because I love my Pistons, and he was the guy I wanted to see do things, but we didn't have playoff success. It doesn't matter how much we like a player. If we ain't winning, like, we love Stafford. We didn't do anything. And what they have to do, they had to move on. And that was kind of, it wasn't necessarily the same feeling because I don't know, man. It might have been the same feeling. Jerry Stackhouse was a bucket, man. Yeah. But you knew that the Pistons were kind of going on to better. You just wanted to know that Richard Hamilton could actually be what Stackhouse was.
Absolutely, man. It's been a hell of a journey. Like I said, I joined it, that Chauncey Billups half-court game, and then watched every game the rest of that playoff run, and it's been locked in ever since. So I got on at the right time. Shout out my dad for that one.
But Case,
Wallace can't make it unless it's
half
half
him, though,
court.
because, you know, there's players during those eras where we didn't necessarily win that can sometimes get lost in terms of what we saw them do. I think that it is commendable when you got a player of Jerry Stackhouse's ilk to come here and say, you know what, I'm going to leave it on the court every single night.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. And I do think that those things deserve to be called out and recognized. That's why we do elevate a lot of the, you know, utility players and hard workers, and that's the reason why the Junkyard Dog is still celebrated. He didn't win anything. Shout out to him too. I saw him down at All-Star Weekend, and he walked up and interviewed Cade. And it was kind of this moment where you could tell Cade was like, oh, you know, like he knew, like, yo, that's Junkyard, that's Jerome Williams. But you know, I shout out to Caseville, especially, man, sending in the $5 super chat, because trust me,
shout out.
It was a gut punch.
Yeah,
it was a gut punch. What I didn't realize was that Chauncey Billups and Richard Hamilton were going to be a far better backcourt than Jerry Stackhouse and whoever he played with at the time. Like, even though Jerry Stackhouse was a bucket, I didn't know that we were going to get a Chauncey who could score 30 whenever he felt like it, but was just going to relegate himself to 16 to 20 so that Rip and everybody else could eat.
And do it the right way. And, man, that's what makes Cade Cunningham so special is, you know, you don't really see a lot of people with the Chauncey Billups mentality. You know, it's part of the reason why a guy like Mike Conley still has a job in the NBA right now, right? Like, why Lonzo Ball, despite, you know, having all the unfortunate injuries that he's had, is still getting chances around the league. It's because there is a real intrinsic value in having a point guard that will set everybody else up, that will look to get others involved, then get their own. And that Pistons team doesn't work if that's a shoot-first point guard. That Pistons team doesn't work if it's a point guard that is not thinking of the others. Because I remember he said, what did he say? He said, every single game we give Ben the ball first play of the game and let him do something and hope he makes it, but that'll at least get him activated, motivated, ready to play. And Chauncey talked about,
I loved it.
I would get Rasheed texts just so that it would get him fired up so that he would go out there and drop 20. Like, man, that point guard mentality is something that Cade Cunningham has showed. Wow, what a blown layup. But Cade Cunningham has shown that. And you see it in the first quarter stuff we talk about. We're on Cade Cunningham for that. But he's coming from a good place of let's get everybody else going. I know I could turn it on at the drop of a hat. Chaz Lanier. Man, talk about a guy I really want to see crack the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's getting harder and harder to do because look how deep this team is.
We went through
We
it.
just
playing
went
well.
through this
We
today.
went-
It was crazy.
Brandon, we went
Yeah.
through it earlier. There's not even room for Dennis Jenkins when everybody gets healthy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, there is if you Karis LeVert.
But
I'm just saying.
But that even still puts Dennis ninth.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
When you
crazy.
actually go
We
through
went through it all earlier.
Yeah, you're
it
right.
was just like what was it again? Cade,
Cade,
Asar,
yep.
Ron, Jalen Duran, Stu, Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson,
Ivy.
Dennis,
Dennis is 10.
9, and
Or
then
9. Oh, 9, yeah.
Then
sorry.
what? But what? Paul Reed after
Yeah.
Dennis, though. You would put Paul Reed after Dennis right now.
Absolutely.
And then you still got guys like Javante
Yeah.
Green and others who are playing right.
Chaz
It's
Lanier
crazy.
again. Back-to-back threes.
Wow.
Hey, we said it. People
Now he's
kept
proving his
telling me-
case. Now look at him. See?
People told me don't get excited about Chaz. He's just a second round pick. I said, bros, I don't think y'all understand. His one skill set is exactly what's gonna mesh with Cade.
Exactly.
Yep.
It just needs to be consistent.
And he's older,
It just
so
needs
he,
time.
you know,
Y'all
he
saw
already
Stu
knows.
kept his hand straight up.
Javante Green, man. What a pickup, man. That guy. Did you name him in the rotation? Did you name him in the
That's what
seven-man
I'm
rotation?
saying. Who gets 10th spot? Him or Paul Reed?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we were going through it, and we were.
Then it goes
Brendan,
on
we
there.
went through it today
Yeah,
on the
we were
show.
mad,
Then it goes
man.
on need. Do you need another big man? Do you need another, a
this
guard
team
forward?
is deep, bro.
And you know what's so good and refreshing about that? And I hate to give them credit, but it's easy to do because they're at the bottom of the standings right now. But the Indiana Pacers, their finals run was fueled on what? One superstar, an all-star, and a lot of depth and versatility. There was series where Thomas Bryant was playing a lot of minutes. There was series when Obi
Yeah.
Toppin was the guy. There was, there was
McConnell.
a lot of different rotations and minutes that they could throw out. And the Pistons, we saw that blueprint work last year.
Yep.
And they have that. They have that right now.
We're gonna have to get
It's
that type
crazy.
of stuff for our streams.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that looks
I'm
sweet.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that looks sweet. I like that.
Fight 45-31, and you guys know what, man? We want to build this as high up as we can, man. So share these streams. We're trying to take this to the Motor City Cruise Concourse. We're trying to take this to actual Pistons games, and if we get to
Cade.
that level, I'm gonna take these guys on the road with me. I'm letting you know that. I gotta get one of my teams out there, man. So
I'm going.
We're gonna
With
do
or without
something.
an invite.
you know you got the invite.
I'll be, hey.
You know that. Man.
Hey, man,
Chris
what
will
are you
show
doing here? What are you doing here?
33-45. 8:52 left in the second quarter. Dyson Daniels continues to be a player who I hate that I wish I want him on my team.
I know.
Like, that's how badly I hate him. He's one of those guys. Like, his defense, just the way that you see the game slow down for him, I love it.
Cade, great dish to Stu. Younger Marcus Smart is what he reminds me of. Like, absolutely. Like, that
That's a good
tenacity, that I mean, look, Marcus Smart was a guy in his prime competing for DPOYs. Like, Dyson Daniels is that. He's averaging, I think, 3 steals last season. I don't know where his numbers are at this season, but he's insane.
This
He
is
is
what
insane.
happens when you don't know how to trap aggressively, or when you don't know is K going to pull up for 3 mid-range, layup, dunk, or pass. Because he came off of that pick, right? It didn't even I don't even know if Stu set the pick. I feel like K came off of another kind of just bump or rub. And then 4 Hawks players on K, Stu literally just kind of looks and it just sprints through the lane.
Yeah.
Like, that is amazing. We got that type of a player that's going to command that type of attention from the entire defense every single time down the court. This is where, when you talk about J.B. Bickerstaff as a head coach and that staff, where he brought in a few more people than what he had in Cleveland, because J.B. Bickerstaff looks like a guy who he doesn't care if he's the smartest guy in the room. He wants to win.
Yep.
He wants to put his guys in the best position to win. You talked about it, too. He's really good at coaching these young players, man.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm seeing some wrinkles here out of J.B. Bickerstaff and his team that they're handling these pressures and these double teams. People have been full court pressing them from the beginning of the season. We've covered it. These are things that we saw them get tripped up on during the playoffs. I'm not saying it's the same intensity right now, but full court presses are full court presses.
Yeah.
Double teams are double teams. We've seen how Cade and this squad has looked in season, where they've dropped some games they shouldn't have dropped last year, and for years prior where they had absolutely no idea how to handle these types of double teams from Cade Cunningham. People wonder, can he shoot? Can he this? Can he that? Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Now you got a coach and a staff that's realistically putting this team in a good position to beat presses, to beat double teams, and it's looking good. To hear K talking on that KD interview about what he did differently, you know what I mean, and how he's coming into the season to do more of the same, develop on that, learning how to beat that double team, and now he's having to beat triple and quadruple teams. That, to me, is where you see the Pistons at their best, man.
Yeah.
A wide open dunk for Stu.
Yeah,
half court set.
And you know what? This depth gives you that luxury to do that to other teams.
Yeah.
Like it does. Like throw in Dennis Jenkins, throw in Ron Holland. Just get 6 fouls and be a complete asshole. If you do anything else, great. But that is good enough in a playoff setting to just be that. Caseville Country Boy again with the super chat. Shout out to him. Same question. How did you feel about the Iverson-Chauncey trade? That is the one I was there for. That is the one I was at my boy's place.
Talk to us, bro.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Michael Jablonski. That's my boy. And man,
I hear you
we
getting
were
sad all over
pissed.
again, bro.
we were absolutely pissed. Now I am an Iverson fan, so after I got pissed, I was like, okay, but Iverson is like a bucket. But I didn't like the fit. I didn't like the fit at all. I thought he wasn't the type of guy that you saw. That's like I know Stackhouse wasn't a point guard, but that's like asking Stackhouse and Rip to work together. It just doesn't you just or like the Rodney Stuckey Rip backcourt. Why that didn't quite mesh is because Rodney was a score first point guard and Allen Iverson is a score first point guard. Chauncey had that mentality that fit the team better. So I didn't like it. I was heartbroken. Obviously, it felt like the end of an era. It felt like, hey, I'm grasping at straws here. But I didn't like it because then they justified, hey, look, if it doesn't work out, his contract's off the books. So you just gave up an all-star, one of the best players in the history of your franchise for something that maybe works, if not cap space. I hated it.
50 to 33, 7:45 in a second after Javonte Green 3, but
that was heartbreaking. How'd you feel about it, Kool-Aid?
absolutely heartbreaking. And just real quick, Caseville, I see you in the chat, boy, man. I appreciate the support. And this team, I've done content with Platte, but overall, this is new endeavors, new paths, and we appreciate all the support that we can get. Because I'm telling you, we want to take this as big as we can take it. I'm talking about we getting suites at LCA. I'm talking about seeing if we can get blocks of tickets. And every now and then we'll be able to do some giveaways. I'm gonna have like 10 tickets. I'm like, yo, we're doing the next watch party live from LCA type stuff. So continue to support. It's gonna go a long way, and I'm happy that guys like Jeff and Brendan are along for it too. Scott is gonna be with us among some other people, and some KG.
Shout out to Scott.
Yep.
But Platte, man, he's been taking a charge behind the scenes, as well as in front of the camera.
Lanier again.
He's hot. That's what, 3 threes for Lanier?
Yep, 3 threes.
This team, dog.
This Pistons team, man.
Uh-oh.
Look, Kool-Aid, they got every single blueprint and recipe that you need for success right now.
Man, it's like our Woodward hoop squad, man.
Ooh.
Talk about making JB Bickerstaff's job very difficult in setting these lineups and who's going to be in the rotation every single game.
Yeah,
And you know
that
what?
would be tough.
That's a great point, Jeff. And I'm not worried about that because, one, JB has shown to make the right decisions time and time again. But, two, I'm also not worried about because you see the one downside of having a deep locker room is what, Kool-Aid? You got a bunch of guys that deservedly should be on the court. And this locker room, you could speak to this because you're the one there. I don't think that's going to be a problem when a Karis LeVert can't find a rotational minute, when a Chaz Lanier can't find rotational minutes, if a Dennis Jenkins doesn't get a rotational minute, a guy who's fighting for his NBA life. I still think that what they got in this locker room, I don't think that that's going to be an issue. Do you?
Not at all. And it's because of that family atmosphere and that family mentality and the fact that they want to win. Some of these players went through some of the most horrific times of their career. They all come from winning situations. Yeah. They all came from being the guys. They all were the ones who were getting the interviews after their college games. Yep. They were the ones who, Summer League and all of the draft hype and everything. Then they come here and it's what? It's like the historically first and third worst seasons in franchise history. The worst coach. How are you worse than Dickie V, Monty Williams? Like, what in the world? I still sit here like, that can't be. Monty Williams was a certified coach. I don't get it. But these guys went through all this stuff. I don't even understand how they survived it on the other end. But you're talking about guys now who now have a perspective of what it's like. And I think that they decided, you know what? We're going to buy into J.B. Bickerstaff's message. He said they got to be together. They got to be a family. They got to trust the coach or else it's not going to work. And you know what? What better example to use other than the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yep.
Because at first everyone wanted to blame J.B. Bickerstaff. All of those same people right now are sitting up here in national media outlets talking about, oh, coach of the year. Oh, look what J.B. Bickerstaff. No. Because I was writing articles. We were reading the rumors. We were talking about this stuff and covering on our shows. You guys were telling us why he wasn't going to be the right coach when he came come here. You guys told us that he fell Donovan Mitchell. When I kept telling y'all, I talk to people around these NBA arenas. So one of the privileges of being in that arena as a media is you get to sit with scouts. You get to ask some of these people what they feel about things, and they say, actually, we think that team is a little soft on the inside. Yep. They're not able to handle who J.B. Bickerstaff is as a coach. Not that there isn't a coach that can't get the best out of them, but that's just a bad fit. And it's not because J.B. Bickerstaff is a bad coach, but because those players, they don't respond to that.
They don't got that dog in them.
You know what?
Nasty
Keep
boys,
it
right? They're not nasty boys. They're pretty boys.
Kool-Aid?
They're pretty boys down there with the Cavs, man.
J.B. Bickerstaff is making a mockery of the NBA voting system because last year there was so many people picking Kenny Atkinson to win Coach of the Year over J.B. Bickerstaff. I could not believe it. We said it then a million times on this network. Look, I know we're Detroit sports, but some facts are just facts.
They got me rocking in my room like, am I really that
You had guys in the
I
national
can't
media
believe
saying
that they did that. And J.B. Bickerstaff, what he's doing right now with this team, ahead of the Cleveland Cavaliers, missing multiple games without your superstar player in Cade Cunningham, making a fool of those NBA Coach of the Year votes.
Even Stephen A. Smith was behind J.B. Bickerstaff being Coach of the Year.
Hey, 39-55, 6 minutes left
like
in the second quarter.
I told you so.
Yeah. Let's see here. You got some action up top. Asar got the ball against Kennard. I don't know why he didn't just attack him. If Asar has the ball versus Kennard, downhill action, instantly, pick and roll.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Lanier getting more shots here. I want him to.
Look at the Pistons get on the floor for it, man. I know the Hawks came up with it, but I love this energy. And I love how they seem to be just in the right place defensively. They're moving their feet right, they're shuffling right, and it's the NBA. People are going to make shots, but this team continues to put themselves in vantage positions. And this time, they're making Platte happy because they've done it in the first quarter. And now throughout the first half, they still lead 55-42, about 5.5 left in the first quarter.
And remember, I will keep saying that. I will keep saying that. This was the hottest team in the Eastern Conference besides the Detroit Pistons was the Atlanta Hawks and the Toronto Raptors.
Ooh, who was that, Asar?
Asar, wow.
He still almost made that?
I feel you. Just throw it up there, and Jalen Duren could get it. Unfortunately, didn't come through.
They didn't get back in set.
Yep.
This team, it's important for them to be patient on offensive end and make shots because it allows them to better set up their defense. And J.B. Bickerstaff has talked about that. It's important for them to be patient with their shots and honestly get out in transition, defense to offense transition, because they usually make that. Last year, they were your number one transition team.
Yeah.
And so when they don't get that set, that's when things start to kind of go awry, when they're missing shots in bunches. But that's the NBA. I know someone else in our last stream was a little concerned about when they go dry for 5 minutes, but that is basketball. It's a game of runs. It's about ultimately what are you doing to stave off those runs and the most important times in the quarters, in the fourth quarter, end of half. What are you doing then? So, what up, though, Jeff?
I think that this team overall, in just the term of how they play the game, is set up for them to be successful throughout the full season. I know we talk about, this is only a 13-game span. Well, it dates back to last year, to this year. This team is playing defensively the way you want them to play, the way the Detroit Pistons play defensively. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like for the city. Every time a Detroit Pistons team has been successful, they've started off with their defense. And we always talk about their defense leading the offense. And now you're seeing, Jalen Duren come along as an offensive player. Like that pass that he just had, that was a beautiful pass that Dennis just couldn't reach it. But we talk about Jalen Duren might be a guy who might be able to average up there around 5 assists a game. It looks like with his playmaking ability at the big man spot.
I firmly believe Jalen Duren is on pace to becoming a 20, 10, and 5 type of player. If the 5 is 4.3 or 4.7,
15.
I'm good with him, man. But I think Duren can be that 20, 10, 5 guy with at least, and I'm going to be modest here, 2.5 stocks a game. I think he could be a 3 stocks a game guy. I really do. But I'm thinking he can be one of those guys that's 20, 10, 5, 3.
That's all NBA. That is all NBA numbers. Speaking of all NBA, I ain't say that. He was dropping super chats in the heavyweight stream, and now here he is again. I ain't say that. $5 super chat. Shout out to you saying, let's flood this chat with super chats to show these boys deserve to be an LCA for a cup or playoff game.
Let's go.
Thank you, Chris and Kool-Aid for the work. You go Pistons.
Oh, man.
Or
Yo,
for
him
your
and
work, go
Caseville got me
Pistons, sorry.
fired up, dog.
Yeah.
They got me fired up.
So shout out to I ain't say that. Shout out to Caseville, Country Boy. Shout out to everybody that's leaving comments. Like I said, if you want to get yours to the front of the line, go ahead and drop a super chat. Whatever you are comfortable with, we are greatly appreciative. And man, this has been an awesome stream so far. This is fun to just watch this team just kick. I mean, we don't even have to really do play-by-play. I mean, the Pistons are just cruising.
I mean, you know? Until we get the weekly shows going too, it gives us opportunity to get in here and answer questions. It gives us opportunity to get in here and kick around some of the things that we may ponder and such. And I think it's good. You know, we're gonna have this NBA show. I am gonna get back to the Woodward Pistons podcast soon, and I'm also gonna have a table talk. There's gonna be 2 different versions of it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking forward to it. The one we do though, I want it to be a little bit different. Like I want it to be maybe even us sitting in some chairs back here, bro. Different camera angles. We'll do something nice for the people,
Let's
man.
do it.
But thank you guys for being here and supporting. Let's hit that like button for sure. Share the stream, post the stream, tell other people to tap in while we cover these Pistons, man. And I love what Platte said too. They've been so good. Like play-by-play is almost like not needed because it's like, oh, Pistons did this again. They did that again. They're up 61-48. 3 minutes left in the second. Oh, Pistons scored. Oh, no, sorry. He left it short. If there's one little pet peeve of mine that I wish they can make go away, I always thought I would say, yo, you got to make your free throws. But there's just something to me. There's just something to me about them missing these layups.
Yeah.
They've smoked too many layups, man, at the beginning of the season. But
yeah, if you're talking about problems outside the obvious perimeter shooting, I probably should have named that last night, right?
Ooh.
I mean, Duren.
Okay. All right, Duren. Get a
Caught
little
in
wiggle.
traffic, giving it back to Duncan Robinson.
All right, get out the paint.
Tough shot for the Pistons. Great defensive possession for Atlanta. They were able to cut off Duren's drive to the rim, and that really stalled them. That absolutely really stalled them.
So that's a wrinkle. That's new, and he's going to have to get used to that. They sent a secondary defender to stop his drive that time.
And you know what? That's going to open up so many cutting lanes for those elite athletes. Asar, Ivy. Obviously, it'll open up shooting space. Duncan Robinson made the right play. Tried to at least with the closeout attacking it, but ultimately wasn't able to do it.
And you know, shout out to our Red Wing boys tonight.
Yes.
You guys are gonna actually get dual streams, so we're crossing streams tonight. Red Wings post game, and shout out to Spinny and Justin for all the work that they do over there with the Woodward Wings crew. And I appreciate it too, man. You saw Spinny out there with D-Mac and his family out at LCA.
That was really
cool.
Yeah, and these guys, it's just what they love. Cade Cunningham tonight, 4 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Do we call that a triple-double watch?
We
I think that's a triple-double watch. Look at Jeff's face.
Absolutely. What you worried about there?
He's
The
already
points?
he's already
Nah.
halfway
No,
there.
I'm not worried about the points at all.
Yeah. Shout out to K, man,
you
having
already know
a
about
great game back.
My boy getting 15 in the third. You already know that. You already know he's coming out the stunt.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, they're in Atlanta.
Yep. He's going
Leading the team in
to
rebounds
shut
right
it
now.
down.
Bro, there's hoes he can't even admit exist that are in those stands right now. He's
very
showing out in the third quarter, though.
Jordan
This is
Poole
very
effect.
true.
Look at him get the rebound right then and there. Look
at
at him.
He's got to show up at
Okay.
Trae Young City. He's got to show up at Trae Young City, man.
Do you guys see the defense they play? They did not call that a charge on the screen.
I think they did, yeah, on the screen.
These fools are running a 3-2 zone against Cade Cunningham, bro.
My girl is a very
Look at this. 1, 2, 3. They're literally running the 3-2 or 3-1-1 against Cade.
That's crazy. They're boxing him. They're literally trying to box him.
This is so crazy. What up, though, bro?
So my girl is very casual when it comes to Pistons, obviously. Just threw me.
Yes.
Great play. Let's
Javante.
see lob.
Cade!
Wow. Dunking to Cade. Righting his wrongs yesterday.
That was
terrible lob to
Duran
yesterday.
Red Wings.
His wrongs.
And remember, he's also the one that I think threw that whack lob to Cade before when Cade had to kind of like he called it and wound up having to do the reverse.
Oh, I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think you're right on that.
And he said, yeah, that was a great pass. And Duncan was pissed off.
But I would say with my girl asked me a question. She said, Is Braden Cunningham cursed? Because since he dropped the braids, the win streak is happening.
He's going to have to find a way to continue to bust in there. Like, he's going to have to bring the braids back and have a good week with them braids on because, I don't know, man, there's something different about it.
I said this. I said this on Heavyweights today. I said, I think if we win this game,
ooh,
wow, what a dunk.
We're going to
absolute
Okongwu.
Poster by Okongwu.
Ooh. Hey, you know what I love? Isaiah Stewart don't even care.
Yeah, he don't care.
He'll go for the next one, too.
He'll get it back.
Not stopping him.
Let's
Cade
go.
taking it to the basket.
Cade's getting that 15 in the third. 50 seconds left in the second quarter in the first half. Pistons are up 67-52 right now.
By the way, it's 10 points for Cade, so
10 points for Cade.
it's officially triple-double watch.
Yep.
There we go.
Does he have the 9 assists or 8 assists still?
8 assists.
8 assists.
Yeah, I thought they were going to give him one off of
Shout out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man.
Just pull up.
Yep.
I knew he was going to pull up. Give themselves a 24, so they're going to have the last shot of the quarter. You live with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dang, they shot early.
They shot, yeah.
Why did they do that?
Did not expect that.
I didn't expect that either. Somebody know they're like, yo, man, this is my shot. Carlton.
Yeah.
Pistons a lot of time.
He was like,
dude, that was crazy. That was one of the best episodes of Fresh Prince.
all right, 5 seconds. Cade at the top of the key, dancing. They send a double team. Javante, get.
Oh.
They sent the double team.
That was the right move,
right at the
though.
right
late.
time.
Yeah, that was super late. That was a good double team.
Golly.
That was a good double team.
I can't even hate. I mean, Hawks are supposed to be a good team, you know?
They absolutely are.
I ain't tired of work. Oh, dang.
Shout out to
I got to
Sparty.
talk about it. Dang. Oh, they took
Talk
a
about
dump
it.
on Kentucky.
Yeah.
What? Why was it like by 20 points?
83-66. Your
hate
Spartan
Michigan
Dogs
State,
with
but
the
I
win.
respect Izzo so much. Like, as a
Yeah.
Hoop fan, even though I'm all
Gotta
go
love
blue,
it. Gotta love it.
I love Tom Izzo, the coach,
love-
dog.
gotta love
Golly.
I'm telling you, man. I really hope that's one of the things I want most in
How did
sports
they
is
beat
Izzo to
them
punch one more in.
83-66? They
Shout out
smacked-
State.
Look
Go
at the
green,
Kentucky
go
fans'
white.
faces,
Wow.
bro.
Hit the chat with it. Hit the
In the
chat with
championship
Look
the
at all
go
those
white and hit
faces,
a light.
dog.
In the championship classic.
Look at all the old money in front, dog. Why did y'all do that to them, Platte?
That's crazy.
They are pissed at y'all.
Look at that. You know what it is? The state of Michigan's balling right now.
You know what? It is,
Absolutely.
you know what? I'm glad you said that because there's a lot of State of Michigan going on tonight. Pistons and the Wings are on right now. You got Michigan State, and I believe Michigan is on a little bit later too, at around 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to the State of Michigan getting busy. We got a dub on the board here with Michigan State. The Pistons are working on one right now at the half. And you know
Wings
what?
are
The
up
Red
3-2.
Wings are up 3-2 right now over the Kraken.
Michigan is on tomorrow at 6:30.
Michigan's on tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank you for that. But 3-2 Red Wings over the Kraken. So I'm hoping we have double victory shows, double post game victory shows tonight.
I love
That would be elite.
I love
elite.
that, man. Shout out the Red Wings. I'm really, really hoping for the Red Wings this year because they are the team. I'll continue to say it. Never in the history of Detroit sports has all 4 teams made the playoffs same year.
And now they all sit. Never in sports. You got them all on the same street.
Yep.
All on the same block.
Let's do it.
Can you imagine double playoffs?
Dude, Detroit sports is in such a beautiful place. It really is. Like when you look across, I know that Eagles game sucked. I'm with you. But, man, how can you just...
You in panic mode at all?
Yes, because of the expectations of Super Bowl. No, in terms of missing playoffs, I don't think that is even a remote possibility for this team. But in terms of like competing for a Super Bowl, yes, I am worried because that is going to be a very tough game to win in Philly. But other than that, I think this team has a lot of things right. I just think this might be a bit of a gap year. They might need to kind of take this year to kind of fix some of those things, that offensive line, figure out what they're doing with the offense in general, get healthy. And, unfortunately, it seems like it might be that. But I'm hoping not, because, look, if you're in the playoffs, you got a shot. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen any game. So it's not over.
No, not at all, man. Shout out to these Detroit Pistons as well. I see Ryan's reaction. Shout out to you, man. It's a lot of people I'm happy to see in this chat and supporting us right now. The Pistons do lead at the half. They lead the Hawks 67-54 at the half. We will give you guys these stats. You guys already know how Platte and I do it. Go through these stats, and we'll talk about what stood out to us the most. Duncan Robinson. You talk about somebody who held down the start of this game in ways that we saw vets like Tim Hardaway do last year, especially early in the season. He is 3 of 6. He did start the game 3 of 3 from the floor with 9 points. So since then, he has cooled off a little bit. But just as he cooled off, who did we see get the ratchet? We saw Chaz Lanier step up and also hit 3 threes. He is 3 of 4 tonight, 9 points. So shout out to the rookie, man. That a lot of people didn't know if he was even going to get an opportunity, if he was going to play, if they're going to bring him along slow, if he was just a G League guy. No, his skill set is specialized. We talked about this during the Pistons season kickoff show. Also on the night, let's see here, some other standout performances. You got Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham each with 10 points. Jalen Duren, again, looks like he's working on trying to shoot 90% from the floor. He's 5 of 6 from the floor. Isaiah Stewart, 14 minutes. He's put up 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So these guys are all over the court tonight doing everything. And then, you got Javonte Green, 9 points on the night, 3 of 4 from the floor. And Asar Thompson, welcome back, Asar Thompson. A couple points for him. And I think he's just kind of getting his rhythm. He's one of those guys that generally can have some stamina issues. So I'm looking forward to him just kind of getting work back into things slowly. But the Pistons shot 64% from the floor, 8 of 19 from behind the arc, 9 to 10 from the free throw line. They win all of these battles, rebounds, assists, and points in the paint. Do you guys understand last night? And I got to ask JB Bickerstaff this question. I'm going to get this clip over to you about how dominant this team has been. They are the number 1 paints in the point team. They are number 1 at the field goal in the paint. They are number 1 at the percentage of shots they take and the percentage of making those shots in the paint. They're just number 1 across the board with this stuff. And JB basically said, he said it. That's what we want to do. Mm-hmm. So we make this big hubbub about outside shooting, and it matters. But it's awesome to see them also being able to cash that check and being the most dominant team in the paint, brother.
Absolutely, awesome. Absolutely. You talk about having an identity and being able to execute it. The Pistons have done that better than almost any team in the league right now. The way that they are physically imposing their will, look, that will translate in playoffs. Now you'll see the efficiency go down because there's a lot more physicality, but it is also going to play into the Pistons' hands because they have not only depth, but they have a lot of physical players. So I think that this brand of basketball will translate well, but they will have to get just a little more outside production like you're seeing tonight, like a Duncan Robinson, like a Chaz Lanier. You need to see a couple shooters that are able to get the ball through the hoop consistently from outside, because it just shows you that the math is the math. If a team comes in and lights you up from 3, you can score all the points in the paint you want, but that math is going to end of the day favor that 3-point shooting team. So that is my only fear. But so far, there's no team I look at in the Eastern Conference that scares me like that. I mean, Philly's a good 3-point shooting team, I'd say. Orlando's definitely not a good 3-point shooting team. No. That's another team that's trending upward that you think is going to be amongst your rivals. I don't see Cleveland as a great 3-point shooting team either, although they have Sam Merrill and Donovan Mitchell that are lighting the way most of it. But I think you can game plan those things. So I think the Pistons are in a very good position in this Eastern Conference to make a lot of noise and to match up well against a lot of teams. Chat, I'd love to hear, who's the team in the Eastern Conference that you're most cautious about matching up with for the Detroit Pistons in a 7-game series? Kool-Aid, what would be your answer right now? It's early, but
In a 7-game series in the East, man, this is gonna sound ignorant, but I don't know. I feel like this team is uniquely positioned to play with a lot of them. I know last year people didn't want to match up with Giannis. I know people thought that our best matchup was with the Knicks. But when you look at this year and the type of player Duren is turning into, the type of depth we have, the secondary ball handling and facilitation, and Kay Cunningham stepping into superstardom, this should be a situation to where they go from we want them to host a playoffs series to, you guys are first right now. People keep saying they haven't played nobody. Bro, stop changing that narrative. This revisionist history BS. I remember what people were telling me before the season started. I remember when I even hinted at I think that they could at least go a couple games over 500 starts a season. People say, you crazy, bro. It's close if they go 0-5. Do you see these teams on here? Now the Pistons are out here BTAing people, giving people first quarter head starts. I'm sorry, Platte.
no,
They'll
you
get
love
better
to
with
see
that.
it. You love
But
to
now
see
all
it.
of a sudden they're BTAing people, and it's
Yeah.
like, they're gonna have to stay consistent with it. That's what Bickerstaff said. Like their next phase of this obviously is consistently playing like this, and he said that's his job is to motivate them to do that.
And I think he will.
Oh.
I think if there's one thing JB Bickerstaff does well, it would be the word motivate for this Pistons team.
He motivates us, bro.
I hear you because the math, or I guess the logic would say right now that it's Cleveland, right? Because they have the stars. But like you said, I don't think they have that dog. We've seen them struggle consistently in the playoffs and get punked.
Yeah.
To me, it's not them. If I had to pick one team right now, I would say it's Philly because the speed that their backcourt can play at, you have speedsters in Ivy, in Jenkins to kind of match that. But Asar is your best perimeter defender. And the one thing that's going to be tough for him is going against somebody as quick as Maxey. So I would say I would still feel confident in that game. But Philly is looking deep right now. They look like they have Embiid and Paul George. It's just, hey, whatever you could give us, cool, but we'll win without you. And that's kind of a bit of a scary thought because those are two once upon a time max players.
That's a good one. And if the Hawks get a little bit more formidable in the middle at the trade deadline, they could be really scary. And we don't know what they're going to look like when they get Trae Young back. So the Hawks and Philly are two teams that, they have traditionally players that can absolutely torture the Pistons.
Yes.
In Trae Young and in Tyrese Maxey. He's already had a couple good games against the Detroit Pistons. So I think you're spot on with those things, but I still would expect the Pistons to come away with victories.
Absolutely.
But in terms of challenging them, if those teams made some tweaks, they could be even more difficult opponents for the Detroit Pistons to get around. But which Slack should I send that to, man? TD or live stream?
You could do it to either one. The
Oh,
live
yeah.
stream
You
one's
sign
good.
into everything there.
Oh,
pretty
I'll
much.
send it to TD, right? Or I'll send it to TD Slack or live stream. Well, TD. Shout out.
Yeah, look, man, 111 people right now watch you. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Please go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. I see Aaron say Philly is nothing if Embiid and George can't stay healthy, but they are a dark horse for sure. So you're saying they're not nothing. But no, shout out to Aaron.
Yeah, I wanted to be fair to your statement because I knew like you were gonna have a take, and we have to be fair here. The Pistons have started off hot, but not just each game being runs, but a season goes through stretches. They're going to have some stretches that look like, yo, what is this? Oh, we back to this, that, and the other. But realistically, I do believe overall this team is equipped to be able to beat anyone in the East. But if you're going to talk about who can pose them some challenges, I think you got to start with teams like the Hawks when they get Trae Young back, and like you said, Philly. That's a good one, brother. I sent that to you too as well, Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what we got coming, and I'd say, I think this Eastern Conference. You're right. It looks like it's the Pistons now, but there are going to be some wolves, and you know what I think it is? I think it is going to be a little bit of when Ivy comes back, figuring out what he can be, figuring out how to get him in the best position to succeed, because he obviously has the talent. He was by a pretty clear margin the second best Piston before he went out with that injury. It was looking like, okay, it's Cade and Ivy, and then let's see what Asar Duren can be and Ron Holland. boy, has that changed in just a calendar year or less than a calendar year. You now have Duren and Asar looking the way they are, Ron Holland looking the way he is, Isaiah Stewart looking the way he is, and you're wondering if you're Jaden Ivey, where are you going to fall in that pecking order, man? So I think there will be a little bit of figuring out there, but I'm not worried that they won't ultimately get it right. But I think that is, if I had to worry about one thing kind of, I don't want to say rocking the boat because that's negative, but one thing kind of changing the flow, changing the rhythm, is trying to find Ivy the best place to succeed. And not for nothing, the casualties around that, like the Dennis Jenkins, finding him the right role, finding out what Karis LeVert is going to be. Do you trade Karis LeVert and bring a guy in because that's now expendable salary? So I think that's going to be the thing that will take this Pistons team time to juggle. But luckily, man, they're in a good position right now. They have a lead in the Eastern Conference, so I feel good about it.
I do too. And shout out to the Detroit Pistons for stepping on the pedal, putting pedal to the metal right out the gate. They didn't wait. And at media day, you hear them say things that sound very, very funny. But to see what they're doing right now, it's like, they're serious. And the reason why you didn't discredit them, Brendan, they're out there now. If you get to do the front door. But the reason why we didn't completely discredit them this year is because it wasn't J.B. Bickerstaff coming off of some of the stuff with Cleveland and the noise and the rhetoric. It wasn't players coming off of the worst season in NBA history, or for their franchise history of 14 wins. It was coming off of doing something historic, and now it's, okay, can you do it again? These guys looked us in the face and said, can we do it again? We have bigger plans than that. Last year, our plan, when y'all laughed at us, was to get to the playoffs. Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway said that they were not going to come here if the plan wasn't playoffs.
Yeah.
Easy that. They were like, what, bro? No, do you know what we come from playoff teams? Like, Tim Hardaway just played in the finals, bro. Like, what? So he came here like, no, what are we doing? And they got the talent here. And now they got the coaching here. That was an awesome endorsement from your vets to start things. And now we're in another position. Oh, we'll put it down there. Yeah. Now we're in another position to where when they stepped in this season, it was like, no, these are things we want to be, and these are things we're going to be. We're going to do it. If you have that J.B. Bickerstaff thing, we'll play that now. Yep. And it's on him talking about how dominant this team has been in the paint.
Yeah, Coach, you guys entered tonight as the number one team at scoring in the paint. Tonight, dominant, almost 70 points, 66, about 20 points more than the Pacers. Can you talk about what's been working so well with your team, no matter who's in the lineup, scoring in the paint?
It's a mindset, right? I think, it goes along with how aggressive we want to be on both ends of the floor. We're not a settled team. We're a team that attacks and tries to get what we want and forces the defense or the offense to have to make some tough decisions. So, we are extremely aggressive and attacking, and we got guys that can get there and finish in there.
I love the fact that he talks about the fact that it's a mindset. This is what they set out to do. He said this is their goal, and they're not going to settle. So when we see them, cutting and getting these actions at the rim and other players getting layups, dunks, or even getting little short J's, look at this, Jalen Duren. He should be at the free throw line. There he goes. But it's exactly what we're talking about. This team is no longer settling. And I think that the confidence built up from believing in and buying into J.B. Bickerstaff and seeing the results, now you're seeing a squad that knows, oh, yeah, we know that this is the right path. Yes. We know that this is how we walk. We know exactly what we can do. And I think that's why you see them talk the way they talk. Now, like a little kid who know what they can do, but now they got a little bit older. Now they actually grew into their shoes. Now they actually, they grew into their foot size. Now they actually got the little bit of the weight. And now it's like, I ain't messing with him right now. You know what I mean? Because all he needed was that confidence to kind of go along with the belief. And now we see this Pistons team doing it, not just saying it, but they look like a squad that looks like a top-tier team. Just their body language, their swagger, their poise, under control. And they do lead right now 68-54 at the start of the third quarter. 11:30 left in the third. And Hawks, man, they answer right back with a three of their own, 68-57 right now.
They're a good three-point shooting team, man. And like you said, they're playing good defense now that they no longer have Trae Young.
Jalen
Duren, great take.
Goodness gracious, dog. He's too good.
I mean, again, it remind you of could chase down block that there.
Hey, boy, they gave him
He's become skilled over his growth process. he's become more skilled with the ball in his hands, and that's what you truly see is different about the Jalen Duren taking that next leap this year. Is he's able to do a lot more with the ball in his hands.
Absolutely.
In the post, coming from the 3-point line, free throw line, he just does a lot more with the ball in his hands.
Hey, Grim believes that Cade is getting that triple-double tonight, man. It's going to be awesome to see if he can get that because he seems like the walking triple-double type of player, but I'm glad he's not the guy that hunts that. Yeah. I'm glad he's just a guy that just plays ball and lets the game come to him naturally. Oh, he got hit, doesn't get the call. You got to get up and play ball then. And the Hawks turn it over. Pistons up 70-60, 10:51 left in the third quarter. Cade flexing his arm a little bit after falling down. Again, I hate seeing him take these types of hits. Let's see why he didn't get the call. Yeah, he fell on his arm.
The good thing is, is Kool-Aid, they don't play again until Saturday, so he's got quite a bit of rest time.
Yeah, they don't play another home game again I think they play like 1 or 2 home games over like the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2.5 weeks. So
it's gonna be a road. It's gonna be a road grind. But I tell you what, man, I really feel like if you get this win, you're going undefeated in November.
Well, last year,
look into that camera and say that.
You're going undefeated.
I need that Leonardo
win.
DiCaprio energy.
Well, you say that again, Chris. You say it again.
The Pistons, if they
You
have
got to point and say it.
Yeah, the Pistons, if they have just one win against Atlanta Hawks tonight, they are winning till not only December, but December 6th, when I have tickets to the Pistons game against the Bucks, the streak will still be alive. I believe that. I truly believe that.
They're just a few wins away from I think their longest streak in franchise history. That would be amazing if they could set that.
I think it was 13 or 14, right?
I think it's 14, if I'm not mistaken. And it would be amazing if they could do something great like that. A couple seasons removed from, Jalen Duren. Hopefully he's
fell down.
Not too hurt. But if they could do that a couple seasons removed from the infamous negative 28, that losing streak, that would be an awesome thing to see. Jalen Duren's up, and he's fine walking around. Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, that pick and roll, they're going to have to expect that teams are going to get physical with them trying to stop it. You talk about things, the Jordan rules, and you talk about how you saw physical teams that bring that against, like, the LeBrons. When there's something that's working, you see teams generally resort to a little bit more physical play against it when you're trying to defend it. And that's what they're going to have to get after. Cade is still hot, bro. He's had about his foul when he thought he got fouled, as well as Jalen Duren on that pick and roll play there. So he's still talking to the ref.
Shout out. Hey, man. That's a Nike signature athlete.
Yeah, that's right.
Ref. That's a Nike signature athlete. I just want you to know that. You're gonna do with that whatever information you want. But
Chris, you gonna get his shoes?
Yeah.
Justin said Cade got that shoe deal now. He got to get a triple double every game.
Yeah, we all gonna rock in with the shoes. Just gonna step in. Just
in 2K when you get that Nike deal, you get like extra VC when you get
endorsement.
Bro, that's gonna be like the first pair of shoes I buy that I also get in the game, but I also wear while I'm playing the game. Like, I'm so serious. I'll be sitting there looking at my kicks like.
So cool, man. We have a signature athlete for Nike.
I've
that never had that.
On, you don't understand. Like, I was a little kid, like, begging my grandma. I remember in Grant Hill when it was confirmed, like, he was going to be a Detroit Piston. We were ecstatic. A superstar. Like, yo, he's on McDonald's commercials. Yo, he's drinking Sprite. Like, if you got on those commercials back then, you were on top of the world. You were, like, a mega star.
Yeah.
And so it's like when we got Grant Hill and the skill set and all the talent, and then you saw him slamming Zoe and those types of things and dunking on people and shifting Scotty Barnes off the handles, I begged my grandma. I begged her. And she wanted to get me not just the jersey but the shoes too.
That's awesome.
You know, it was epic. And now to see this moment here, you know, my boy, you know, Kid Kool-Aid, he's like, Dad.
He wants a pair. He wants a pair.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to test a couple pair, you know, see how it fits on the foot. I care about my kids' development, so I'm gonna get a couple pair for myself, and then make sure it's straight for them, and then
absolutely,
get him some Cade Cunningham's too.
What are we thinking? Low top? Is it gonna be more of like a medium, mid top feel?
I don't know, because his shoes
we don't have high tops
been his
anymore.
own custom PEs, like his own custom designs and such.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Like, I know he generally goes with those low tops.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping they kind of keep it that same one. I know a lot of people like that spaced out.
Oh yeah,
purple
that
looking
spaced
one.
out. What was that? The All-Star one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was sweet.
coldest logo in the game.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
The
Him
absolute
and I
fire
hate to say it,
logo.
but Wemby's logo is cold as hell too.
I don't know, man. Something about the 2 stars that just add up to.
Oh yeah,
that-
I
Oh
put
no,
Cade's at the
is
top,
awesome.
bro.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Cade's
Like-
is the best.
Pistons 20-point games this season. Cade leads with 10 of them. Jalen Duren is second with 7. Third place
Who
is
saw
Isaiah
that?
Stewart and Dennis Jenkins and Javante Green with 2. That's amazing.
You would not.
Who saw
Get in the season, you ain't saying that. You're not saying that.
That's amazing.
Who saw Jalen Duren being number 2 in that? I didn't.
Not in scoring. Like, I thought he was going to
Yeah.
take a leap. I thought he was going to be a second star, but what he's doing right now is like pretty awesome. And shout out to Jaden Ivey. You know, just to re-up that again, they showed on the
Yep.
screen. He did get assigned to the G League, Motor City
Yep.
Cruise. He's about to ramp up. And they do this. When they about to go on those road trips for a long time, stay home, practice, get your work, and you'll be back.
We got to
So
think
you're
he's been out
assuming
of
he's not
basketball
back
for a
till they're
while.
home?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If I had to speculate, I
Okay.
think that they're just going to take this road trip. You know, the couple guys. I think they have like one home game. Hey, what up, daughter Beth? Beth is a legend, y'all.
Absolutely.
Absolute legend. But I think they take the road trip to just let them get right and get ready.
Yeah.
Get his stamina up because Jaden Ivey is a speed and stamina player.
I mean, look, and it's hard to argue with the results. Take your time. Take your time, man. Do whatever you have to do to get right because this Piston team is firing on all cylinders right now.
Yep.
So, I'm looking at probably a potentially when they come home is when Ivy will be back. Maybe even that game I'm at December 6th against Milwaukee.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
Hey,
that's
that's
the
gonna be
game.
fire. Gotta get some content, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Duncan Robinson continues to get his hands in the passing lane. They don't get to steal that time, but cause a problem, and
Shout
then he
out
actually
Dunk.
goes and gets the rebound.
Cade Cunningham.
Peace
Great
out.
defense by
Oof.
Steve.
You
Have
too.
a good one. Oh,
KV cracking me up, man.
yeah, I know.
All right, I'm about to go get plates.
Okay, go ahead. I'll hold it down. Cade Cunningham.
My man playing.
Going
Hold
to
it
the
down.
line.
We know. You a pro's
Man.
pro, bro. Word to George Blaha.
Have to be. Shout out to George Baja, man, the legend. That's something I'm 100% looking forward to meeting and shaking that guy's hand. I've never gotten that privilege, and I hope to do it soon. Guys, how are you feeling about this game so far? As we're approaching a quarter of the way through the third quarter, Pistons looking good, obviously up 72-64. Atlanta closing. This has been a game of runs. Atlanta hasn't been put
Yeah.
away yet.
No.
They've been every time the Pistons kind of get this run, Atlanta kind of surges back. Jeff, I'll start with you. How have you been feeling about the Pistons this game so far, and who's the guy that you're taking the most from right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm taking the most from Cade Cunningham just because he's able to control the game. You see, when he comes back in, he's controlling the pace of the game. He's getting to his spot, whether that's for a shot or whether that's finding the open man. He's on that triple double watch. All right, he's doing everything he needs to do in order to keep this team ahead of the Hawks. And then it's just gonna come down to defensively, we just got to pick it up a little bit more and get some more turnovers. I want to see some more turnovers from the Hawks, who don't really they don't really have their point guard.
Yep.
So it's like I want to see them force some more turnovers here that lead to points, because that's what's gonna break this game open and widen that lead for the Pistons moving forward in this, especially in the rest of this third quarter here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where are you at with this?
No, I agree. I mean, I think the guy that I'm mostly paying attention to right now is Cade, but I want to give a shout out to Chaz Lanier. I mean,
Yes.
7 minutes, 9 points, 3 for 4 shooting. I mean, that's I want to see him on the court a little bit more tonight. I want to see him shooting a little bit more. I mean, he's been doing good. I want to see, like we were talking about earlier, I want to see someone step up. I mean, I know Duncan has been shooting well, but I just want to see that perimeter shooting just light up a little bit more. And he's been a spark tonight with it a little bit.
Absolutely. You see with Chaz Lanier, what impresses me the most is how decisive he is already with shooting the rock. He is not waiting for anything.
No.
He is not waiting for his coach to give him a thumbs up. He's not waiting for his players to go, come on, shoot that. He is firing immediately. So shout out to Chaz
It's
Lanier.
nice to see. It's great. I like it.
Who else has stood out to you?
Jalen Duren. He's stood out to me. He's just being dominant. I love what I'm seeing from everybody tonight. Everybody's kind of firing on all cylinders a little bit, but Jalen Duren, Cade, and Chaz Lanier have been the spotlight for me so far today. They've been great.
Okay. All right. Shout out, man. Shout out Atlanta.
Shout out Javonte Green though. While we're here.
Javonte Green.
Javonte Green, he just impacts the game of basketball in winning ways. And that's truly, when you talk about winning basketball teams, such as look at the Thunder. Look at how many players they have that just impact the game and it leads to them winning. This is what you see from the Pistons. They have a deep rotation where everybody is contributing some way in order to get this team a win.
Yeah.
And that can't really be, overlooked in the fact that, these guys, Javonte Green, who's, kind of, bounced around, doesn't really have a
100%.
home. You find a home here with the Pistons because his ability to do what the Pistons ask him and what the Pistons are built off of, that gritty mentality, that defense, the making the right plays, and then you see his offense come into fruition too. Shooting the three ball really well. Javonte Green is so far from this season. You didn't expect that from him to begin the season, and so it's a shout out to him for playing well.
Yeah, everybody's been stepping up. I mean, everybody, even when we got guys out, anybody who's been on the court has been stepping up. Paul Reed, when we were out a big guy, he stepped in and was starting. 28 points, almost dropped a 30 bomb. He was lights out. He was dominant. It was awesome. Dennis Jenkins steps up, back up. Kind of not a lot of people knew who he was a few months ago, and now look at him. He's balling. It's a next guy up team. It's a great mentality on this team that we have, and it's not seen a lot in the NBA anymore.
Absolutely. Let me go to comments here. Yeah, shout out to Booth Boys holding it down. Cat. Oh, let's go. Let's go. What a great day for Detroit sports. Isaiah Stewart gets a bucket to get them up 9. The Pistons are up 9 now. They are coming. Atlanta's been making a run this third quarter. Pistons offense hasn't been as smooth. Meanwhile, Atlanta's gaining kind of traction. But you know what, man? Kool-Aid, it's been a while since we've seen it, so maybe we have to see it again. Maybe we got to be reminded that we have the best closer in the NBA.
Oh, in terms of Cade.
So
Best,
maybe let
quarter.
this game get close so he can remind everybody what he does in the fourth quarter.
Look, man, if they can run them off the court, let's definitely do that. But if this is a close game, you're talking about who's your top fourth quarter scorer. You're talking about who's one of your top clutch players in the NBA. I don't get too worried. And it's not just that. And they got Trae Young on the screen. I do want to see him get healthy and get back and see what this Hawks team is going to be. But this Pistons team is their depth is not just about what they're doing, from minutes 1 through 43, but it's also what they're doing in that last 5 minutes of the game as well. These guys are reliable to start the season so far. Dennis Jenkins has not shied away from even big moments. And neither has Jalen Duren, neither has Isaiah Stewart. Shout out to Jalen Duren. He continues to be a threat right down the middle.
That's been his primary scoring.
From the top of the key.
That's been his primary scoring, not pick and roll. He's not and you know what he proved last night, Kool-Aid? He's not a Cade merchant, He's not he's not just this big man that needs a point guard to run pick and rolls and spam pick and rolls. He can get it on his own. And the majority of his points so far, we actually haven't seen that yet, Kool-Aid. A Cade to Duren lob. We have yet to see that. Maybe that's how the triple-double closes. Shout out to pizza.
Well, They've attempted it, but we've also seen the Hawks try to
Yeah.
overplay it. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's a sign of, you know what? Now you're on a scouting report. People now know that you're real. And it's going to be on J.B. Bicker's staff to make the other chess piece. And you look, they're still up 82-72 over what? You would call what? Maybe the second hottest team in the East at the time?
Yeah.
At the moment. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is, though it would be awesome to see them win by 30 and just going away. Shout out to Duncan Robinson. 85-72. He hits the three, puts the Pistons up 13 with about 5:28 left in the third. But this team, they're making the necessary effectively adjustments. You know, and it's keeping this team in a position no matter who's on the court, who's injured, who's hot, who's not.
Yep.
This is the mentality that JB Bickerstaff was talking about. This is how they play. Doesn't matter who's on that court.
And when you
Whose
see
name's on
them
the back?
overplay that pick and roll lob to Duren, what are they leaving open? They're leaving open wide open threes for shooters. That's what they're doing by overplaying. They're crowding the paint, and that's leaving shooters open. So it's not that the opportunity hasn't presented itself tonight, but
Right.
that's because now they're giving us something else, and we're taking advantage of it so far.
Hey, man, Kay Cunningham
Aaron says
doing his
teams
thing.
are never put away this early, and he's right. He says we have thoroughly outplayed them, though, but
Yes.
they cannot get complacent.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely. Like I said, this
100%.
team won
NBA.
8 of their last 10. Like, this is a damn good basketball team. Everybody wants to talk about, Pistons win this, that. But you know what? Other teams are winning around the league. Other teams are making noise, and the Pistons can't really take their foot off the gas yet. I know they got a lead in the conference, but it's a long season, and teams are starting to
Good
hit their
defense.
stride.
Good defense.
Good defense.
They chase the rock well. These teams, when they scheme and they do the pick and rolls, they're going to get someone open. That's just how it goes. But it's always about, if you guys have been to basketball camps, you already know it. It's about how your closing speed. Can you get back in time?
Yep.
On that possession, they got back, and they did a little bit more than allow them to have just a wide-open three-point look. So, Cade Cunningham, step
going
back.
to his ISO. A little bit off. You could tell by the way he shot it. It was lined a little bit to the left, a little too close to the backboard, but Jalen Duren, man, what a game. They're
Kaysville
taking
says
him
he's
out right now.
predicting an Isaiah Stewart triple-double.
Let's see.
Isaiah Stewart triple double.
Who's
Now that would
Isaiah?
be
He's-
nice.
I mean-
right now?
Shout out,
He's 7 assists away from triple double, but
shout out Caseville, by the way. You guys
Yeah.
ever been there?
he might get there.
I mean, yeah, what, 11, 6, 3 assists?
Yeah, I've never.
Or
been
is you
to
saying at some point
No.
this season? I can see it happening at
They
some
gotta-
point this season, maybe.
Yeah, I can too. He's made some great passes tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
He has made some great passes. I don't know about tonight, but one day.
Caseville's got a great cheeseburger fest there. I go every year. It's great.
Shout out.
He's definitely going to have a great shot, though. What is he? 4 rebounds away from the triple-dub.
And 2 steals to go along with that, impacting the game defensively. Still,
Hell yeah.
Donovan Mitchell versus Cade.
your kid's
It's not a
taking
question.
Cade.
It's not a question. One has 3 other All-Stars. One currently has none, but probably one. Hopefully one. If the NBA does the right thing, the Pistons have 2 All-Stars, Cade and Duren. But yeah, there's just no debate, no discussion. That's why I didn't get this Coach of the Year thing. Because how the hell is this team that's fighting for home court in the first round, that was last season the laughingstock of the NBA, lose to a Coach of the Year that was a top seed in the Eastern Conference last year, and albeit got better, but had 4 All-Stars? I don't get it. So Donovan
You're
Mitchell
preaching.
has a much better on paper, support system than the Pistons, but Kay Cunningham is that guy. Kay Cunningham is doing what nobody is doing.
my.
He's put
Is
in
that Jalen Duren again?
Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
Paul Reed.
Hey,
He's put in Michael Jordan conversations.
That was a
Kay
great. That was a
Cunningham.
great shot.
He's doing
by
his
Not
thing.
Donovan
These are the
Mitchell.
stats he's been.
But Donovan Mitchell's a dog.
Putting up.
Respect to Donovan Mitchell.
I respect the Donovan Mitchell.
No, I do. I do. That's about the only Cav I respect.
I like Evan Mobley. I gotta say respect. To
I
Evan
do
Mobley.
too. I do too. But he's too passive for me sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But I like his skill set.
Cavs
Okay.
fans got mad at me because I called them out for saying no. You can be happy with Mobley, but don't sit here and act like you wouldn't rather have Cade.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's
That
stop. And they
stuff
try to
is
come at me
ridiculous,
like, no, but Defensive Player of the Year and this, that, and the other. That's because of the supporting cast and the wins elevate things. Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year. Where is that? What does that mean today? Like, come on. Y'all know if you could have a player right now out of that draft class, you would take Cade Cunningham. Let's stop with the noise. Like, I respect these other young players, actually, a lot. I think Cade's draft class is going to be one of your more underrated ones.
Absolutely.
And I believe Evan Mobley is a big part of that.
That guy right there on the other side of Cade right there.
Yeah,
is
18
better-
points right now.
He's getting that argument where he's better than Scotty Barnes. So I mean, come on.
I mean,
Jeff,
no,
dog.
Same
He got
draft
18
class.
points, son. We
Same
told
draft
y'all,
class.
watch out for this guy here.
excuse me. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Jeff. 100%. Guy Barnes hasn't done anything since his rookie year. He's been on, what, a middling team that hasn't done anything? Mm-hmm. Oh, but when Cade was on a middling team that hadn't done anything, you guys were putting Herb Jones over him?
record is 13, and they'll have a new streak if they get 4. I remember you asked earlier what it was.
Yes. I knew it was 13 or 14. And wasn't that 04? I believe it was
Either
04. They
or
might have done
05.
it. They might have done it
They had a
in
better
08
record
too.
in 05 than they did in 04.
Let me see. I'll look that up.
On 4, I felt like they were like third or fourth team.
I remember they had that really good streak. It was the 07-08 season.
Yeah, those other seasons,
Wait, no, hold
after
on.
the championship, they were regular season
That's
like
straight.
gauntlet, like they were crushing teams.
No, hold on. Give me a chance to correct that because the AI auto answer sucks. Yes, it was 03-04, and it was also 89-90. So if the Pistons win 13 games in a row this year, they are
Championship
winning
pedigree.
the championship.
Hey, good pull by Mr. Chris Platte. That's a really good pull. 89 and 90 as well.
Yep, 89-90 as well. And they also had a 12-game win streak in 89-90 as well.
That's what's up. Yeah, that team, and people don't.
Oh,
really get
wow.
that. It's
So
credit.
that was actually Kool-Aid. So if you're so during that 89-90 season, they won 25 of 26 games because that 12-game streak got snapped, and then they won the next game and started their 13-game win streak. So 25 of 26.
That's crazy.
Shout
That's
out to
absolutely
that team.
crazy.
Shout out to the Bad Boys. Absolute legends.
Pistons are up 90 to 76, 135 left in the third quarter, so they've continued to hold serve.
They have. They're doing, but Atlanta's doing a good job of just not letting the Pistons put them away. They're doing a good job of rallying. Dennis Jenkins step back three.
Yeah, and they're a good team. Like, you know, they're gonna. Jalen Johnson has been a really good player.
Yeah.
Luke Kennard, he's been one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA this year. You know, it's like they got some talent over there. It's why you see them as one of the hotter teams in the East. And I think this is a really good matchup right now for the Pistons. They said that they really wanted to win this, and I'm glad that they came out with that. You know, with the results kind of to back that up.
Absolutely, Dennis Jenkins here.
3, 2, 1 of the shot clock, and
Wow.
he gets the layup to go. Just
And
a blur.
that's that shooter. Like, great steal from Asar and a bucket.
94,
Asar finished the
78.
layup. Let's go.
94-78 with 44 seconds left in the third.
Let's go, Dennis Jenkins, man. What an addition to this team.
Justin from North Carolina said the Cavs are running away from the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks have been reeling, honestly. They're now 9th in the Eastern Conference. They were just last I saw. They were a couple weeks ago. They were like 2nd or 3rd. They're right there at the Pistons when this win streak started. And now they are falling, and they will miss Giannis for at least 2 weeks. Or I think they said 1 to 2 is the official diagnosis, but probably 2 weeks. So he might not even be active for the game against the Pistons. We'll have to see. Jalen Johnson blows it, but was fouled. But you still got to put that one away.
You do.
That was right.
I mean,
there.
good way to get back, though. There's 1.8 seconds left, 94-80. Pistons lead. They refuse to give up the layup off of the turnover, though. It's a weak foul, but I get it. I wonder how they're doing tonight on those turnovers. Turnovers is usually something that is a problem for them, but lately they've been winning that to a certain degree. Tonight, 14 turnovers for them, 15 for the Hawks. Now, points conceded off turnovers, the Pistons have been really good at this. They've only conceded 13, so the Hawks have only scored 13. The Pistons have scored 25 points off of the Hawks turnovers. That's an amazing stat for tonight, man.
All right.
And points in the paint, 52 to the Hawks 38. That's dominance.
If we talk about that's one of the keys for this team winning is their defense leading to their offense, getting those points off turnovers, getting turnovers and getting the ball up court quick to, wide open layups and wide open threes. It's essential for this team.
End of the third quarter, the Pistons are up 94-82. Kool-Aid, I want to get your thoughts on what's your biggest X factor for this team to close it out in the fourth quarter. But first, does Dennis Jenkins make Sasser a lock for a trade asset?
I think that with the risk of injury, and these are your young assets, controllable assets, and what exactly are you getting back? Because you don't want to necessarily gut this team to be able to make a run. If this is something where you believe you can go without Tobias Harris, which I wouldn't want to do for the playoffs, then maybe you package him like that. But I think that there is something. I see y'all in the booth, man. But I think that this is a year.
You know who?
I see y'all in there. I think this is a year where you give yourself the opportunity to fully assess, and you don't have to sell low at all. You can know exactly what you have. You can know exactly what you got and make the appropriate move. And I don't think that Dennis Jenkins makes Sasser necessarily that much more expendable unless you're only looking at Sasser to play the point guard role. If Sasser can prove to be a good off-ball three-point shooter, hustle player, decent facilitator off of the gravity he might, draw, then I do think that there's some value there as a late, depth piece on this Pistons team. Obviously, Is he going to crack the top? I don't know. I know this. Second half of the season, when they got Dennis Schroeder, he played better too. Yes. And that was something I've been wanting to see, him playing with a point guard because he's a combo guard.
Yes.
I wouldn't make C.J. McCollum the point guard.
Combo guard, yeah.
It's that right there.
I think that's the issue with him. I will say that I hope so in terms of Marcus Sasser becoming a trade asset. Not that I want him gone, but that means that the Pistons are in a position of luxury and that there's interest around the league. But truthfully, Kool-Aid, what are you going to get from Marcus Sasser? A team's going to call you and offer you a second, and I'd rather just have that depth, honestly.
I'd rather have the depth, the familiarity.
Yep.
He did produce. It's not like he didn't produce. His scoring took a step back last year, but his efficiency went up last year. So it's like, I like that. That means that's a player that you can ask to do something, and he'll do it.
I think he's a guy that could be successful in the NBA. And I know that the Pistons are now kind of reaching this point that the Lions reached where, hey, guess what? Sometimes you can't keep all your good players because your team is good. That's the problem with being good. And I think that the Pistons are kind of reaching that point, but I still kind of have that old mentality of like, man, I went through the days where this Piston team didn't have 4 people worth a damn. And now you have a team where you're talking about a guy in Sasser who's like your 13th guy right now. And I like him. And I'm a bit high on Sasser. I bought Sasser stock, but
Me too.
I think he could definitely be an NBA player somewhere. Like absolutely. So
Oh yeah,
I'd like
this
to
ain't
keep
no
him.
Killian Hayes type stuff. This is just kind of odd man out type stuff. He's already been a guy who's averaged like double figures or close to it. Good efficiency, decent shooting,
Hey, skip past the
decent
corner.
facilitation. So this isn't a player who it's just a situation now where the Pistons, when you're looking to take that next step from kind of a playoff team to we want to be a hosting playoff series for a chance to go to deep playoff runs in a championship, that changes things now. Now your entire rotation is going to get tighter. We already went through the exercise. Is he in the top 8 of this rotation? He's not.
No.
So that's the reality that he's facing. Now, can he get better? 100%.
Yeah.
He can absolutely get better. But I like him for the depth. They're going to have load management nights. There's going to be nights when someone gets into foul trouble. There's going to be some nights when someone just don't have it.
I wanted that one to
in
fall.
and out for Dennis Jenkins.
I wanted that one to fall. I was going to boot somebody out the rotation for
Hey,
Chad.
Hawks have a chance.
I love
to cut this to
Chad.
under 10.
Yeah.
They have a chance to
I-
cut this to under 10 right here. 94-84 with 11 minutes left in the fourth. We're going to need fourth quarter Cade Cunningham to show up. He is out there on the court right now.
They've been pretty aggressive with him, though. Very aggressive, letting other people make the plays.
They're telling Dennis go beat us.
Yeah.
He's the one that's kind of getting the looks and getting the better coverage. See, Cade has to pass it off the rock. Look how aggressively they're defending Cade all over the court. The double team comes right away. Stu gets it. No call. They're gonna call out of bounds.
No call, but Stu, you gotta make the read there.
He looks so angry.
That was a tough position. That was good defense by the Atlanta Hawks. And now with 7 seconds left, the Pistons are gonna have to get a tough shot. And Cade inbounding it. Let's see. I imagine they're just gonna get it.
Justin is right. I am a sass man. Wheezy, I am a sass man. We agree on. I just believe he's a combo guard.
Yeah.
He's not a point guard. Like, forcing him to be a point guard is not playing him, in my opinion, to his best ability.
Yeah.
But you got J.B. Bickerstaff, who has helped a lot of players be able to get to that spot that he thinks. But I'm glad that – and I'm waiting to see what happens here. Because when they went and got Schroeder, I think that was them.
Deep three.
Woo! Cade!
Fourth quarter,
yeah.
Cade. I just had my boy Josh text me that Cade
Let's
can't
go.
shoot a three to save his life.
97-84, 10
Fast
18.
forward, bud.
They answer with three right back.
though.
Answer with the three right back, a quick three.
Let's go, Cade. What you got? You got another one? Stu is battling inside. Does not draw the foul off the rebound. Hey, they cut it under 10. 97-89.
You need a timeout. Smart timeout here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
9:52 left in the fourth.
I think we're obviously going to say Cade Cunningham, but who else are you looking to step up as you see them aggressively trapping Cade, making sure that it is anybody else but Cade? Are you looking at Dennis Jenkins? Are you looking at Duncan Robinson, who shot the ball very well this game? Are you looking at Jalen Duren?
Number two, Duncan Robinson. Number one, Jalen Duren. Yeah, those are the players I'm looking forward to stepping up. Dennis Jenkins has already stepped up, and I get it. If he's here to stay, he's here to stay. This is what we expect from you every single night, but he's not that guy. He's not that Cade. He's not that Duren. You got guys. Cade got a $40 million bump in his contract last year. Think about that. He was already getting the max. It's just now bigger. And now you look at Jalen Duren, who's walking into $30 million a year. You want to see these guys be guys you can count on. That doesn't mean they have to score everything after this, but we want to see them still be the same kind of team facilitators that we've seen them be to start the game. And then Duncan Robinson, we're going to need something from you. If this team needs one of those stave off a run type threes, you know, and that activity that he's bringing on defense, that's what this team is going to need. And so when you're talking about who I want to see step up, I know that we've been able to rely on a Dennis Jenkins, but if you have Jalen Duren and Duncan Robinson out there, you should definitely be able to rely on them.
You should be able to rely on the guys that you pay money to. I mean, Duncan Robinson, that's big money for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, big money. Jalen Duren wants big money, so we have to be able to rely on you in these clutch moments, in these
Cade is the automatic,
positions.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I guarantee you we see Jalen Duren back on the floor after this timeout.
What about you,
yeah.
Brendan?
I mean,
Other than Cade, who are you
Other-
trying to see actually, you know, step up in this fourth quarter?
I mean, Jalen Duren would be nice. I mean, he's just so dominant. He can just take over a game, and nobody can stop him sometimes when he gets physical and gets going. Duncan Robinson would be another one. I'd like to see him get hot and start hitting the three ball more. Maybe get a bigger lead. Everybody. I mean, anybody can get hot at this point. I'd love to see it, but I think Duren and Duncan Robinson would be, besides Cade, would be my ideals.
Yeah, I mean, look, Duncan Robinson got it going for them early on, and that was huge. That was huge for this offense. I'd like to see him. Yeah, I'd like to see him get more looks because he was also doing some nice drive and reads. He had a couple that resulted in turnovers as well. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at Duncan Robinson to kind of get those momentum shifting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
One or two of those, he sinks that in this quarter, and it's game over.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it goes without saying
Bro.
that this is Cade's team.
The second half, he's averaged over 20 points a game in the second half the last 5.
My God, Stu.
That's amazing.
I can't wait for Duren to be back in because Stu has not handled the pass from Cade right the last couple times, and that's huge.
And I thought we'd be bringing Duren back in as soon as this we come out that timeout.
No, you're gonna let him cook till probably about the 8-minute mark.
Maybe 7. Sometimes
Yeah,
they do that.
Big man. That's a lot of stamina to be jugging around.
Yeah,
Chaz Lanier
Because realistically, if
has
Duren's
gone
free
ice
throws
cold.
is hitting,
Unfortunately,
you want him in there at the end of the games. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they bring him at the 8-minute mark. They could rest him briefly around the 4-minute mark. Then bring him right
Atlanta
back.
is zapping around.
They might have to get
There you
Duren in just for rebounds, bro. I know
Yeah.
he doesn't have big rebound numbers tonight, but
They
he's
are-
still the big body that has to be contended with.
They are zapping around the court right now, flying with a ferocity that the Pistons aren't matching, which is something you usually don't see.
Second night
Pistons
for
up.
back-to-back. Remember that.
Pistons up 97-91. Cade Cunningham steps into a 3. It is offline. Ron Holland fights for a rebound, doesn't get it. Jalen Johnson brings it to full court, and he is on Chaz Lanier, and he is going to take that to the basket.
Oh,
misses, but Stu again giving up the offensive
Look
rebound.
at him. Gone cool, yeah.
9-0 run for the Hawks in the last 2 minutes. I think you gotta
No,
break
it
that switch early and get Duren back in here.
Yeah, they're getting beat right now in the paint on the offensive side.
Yeah.
I mean, on the
Okay.
defensive side. And offensively, they're not able to, when they're dropping that ball off to Stu in the middle, he's not as effective as Duren has been at facilitating or making the offensive play. You know, we see Duren from that same position. He's, for whatever reason, able to get even layups out of those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to Cade. Just misses out on a
And one opportunity.
and one.
And we see him at the scores table. We know who's coming back in. you see Duren there. You see Asar there as well.
Yeah, that was pretty.
bringing
yeah.
some defense to hopefully
Duren's back
get a
in
little
there.
spark.
Jenkins back in too. Javante Green, lots of changes. Almost a full scale
Good
lineup,
play.
and
Let's go.
immediately
Good play
Cade gets
design.
a bucket. Great play design.
Great pass by Javante, man. And obviously the finish by Cade.
What a-
99-93,
what a
7:44
pickup.
left. He has 21 points
Ooh.
tonight, Cade Cunningham.
Silent 21.
Good defense so far.
Duncan.
Good defense. Good defense.
Duncan with great defense,
They
but
don't
Cade
come
gives
away
up
with
the
the rebound.
offensive rebound. And
they
that
crossed the
one
3.
hurts. Another 3. It is a 3-point
Jalen
game.
Johnson,
Don't look
bro.
now. The Pistons win streak is on the line.
25, 8, 6, and 3 for Jalen Johnson tonight.
He is a dog. This is against a good defense too, so
Duncan for 3. No.
no good.
They cannot call it a foul. He flopped.
And they call
I
that
would,
a
I would,
foul.
I would, man,
I
dog.
don't
would-
like that.
All right, let me see the replay then. Looked like he flopped to me.
I don't even think that's who Duren was even tangled up with.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a
No,
foul.
Duren took, yeah.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul, buddy. Can't do that.
He just straight up grabbed this man by his chest and threw him like, hey, stuffed animal.
Yeah, it looked like he was tangled up with Nikhil there.
Hey, I hate when the broadcast does that. This player hasn't missed a free throw and whatever. This team hasn't given up the lead. All right, don't do that, buddy.
Pistons have not trailed tonight. It is
Yep.
99
I don't want to
98.
see that graphic. Get that off my screen.
Yep, 6:50 left in the game.
All right, it is a
we don't need fourth quarter K,
one-point
but
game. It
you
has
want to see Duren and Asar. Yeah, I mean Duren and Duncan Robinson step up.
I think it has to be somebody else because, look, they have a lot of length and they have a lot of great perimeter defense to throw at Cade. So they've made it clear, Kool-Aid. They are going to die by anyone but Cade. So it has to be somebody. I'm looking at a guy like Duren. How do you handle those lob passes from Cade when he gets blitzed and the help comes? What is the open player? What is the opening look like? Can you make a score there? I think it's got to be Duren. It's got to be Duren.
Yeah, and even more so than on the offensive side, what were we complaining about other than just what's happening when the ball is dropped into the paint on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, they're giving up too many second chance points.
Yes.
So I want to see Duren get a little bit nastier in that paint. I want to see him go out there and make sure everyone knows, hey, just as much as we know that Cade is going to dominate you guys in clutch and lead the league in fourth quarter scoring, you guys got to understand these clutch moment rebounds are mine too.
Yes.
I want to see that type of ferocity out of Jalen Jordan on the defensive side of the floor, because he's improved as a shot blocker, but still some ways to go from the instinctual standpoint and trying to stay out of foul trouble. But I at least want to see him go out there and make sure everybody knows no rebound that comes off of Atlanta Hawks miss is anyone else's but my own. That's what I really, really, really want to see him do, because I do trust in Cade. You talk about in the games, he's going to get some double teams and some blitzes, but he will also get his chance to hit some shots and get some fouls. But if they're not stopping Atlanta, it's not going to make that much of a difference right now. Now we're in a situation where the game is, 99-98. It's basically a brand new game.
Yep. Yeah, all that momentum that you had is now gone. In fact, it's gone in favor of the other team. So you're going to have to manufacture some really tough buckets, but I like that you brought up the defense, Kool-Aid, because you're right. This Pistons offense is best when their defense is running, because that is their best offense, is great transition play. So I'm looking at the Pistons to get some defensive stops, get some rebounds. Look, Atlanta has missed plenty of shots this game. Atlanta has missed plenty of shots in this stretch here. The problem is they've just gotten the rebound and then gotten a second chance, a third chance at it. So I'm looking at, if I'm the Detroit Pistons, I'm looking to stop those second chance points, trust that your defense can get enough stops to then take the offense, fuel the offense, and get some easy transition buckets. Because right now the half-court offense has been tough for Detroit. It's been very, very tough. And this is the lineup without Cade. You hate to see them do this. Duncan Robinson pulls up for three. Boy, that would have been. But you got to do it. Cade was playing to start. So you have no Cade Cunningham after the Atlanta Hawks had a run. And now this is their first chance.
About that 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter, they take him out. They try to leave him as long as they can into the 4-minute mark.
Great defense from Javonte Green.
But there's some times where they got to bring him in a little bit earlier. So we'll see if Cade is able to actually get that rest to be what we need him to be down the stretch of this fourth quarter. Because, clutch time starts the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. So I've noticed they tried to have him ready for those moments.
Absolutely, absolutely. And shout out to Green with great defense there, because that was an open layup if he could have got it to the guy.
Just makes the winning play always.
Look, you're going to have to manufacture a couple buckets here right now. That's what you have to do. You have to get stops and get buckets. Every bucket that you give up right now, and this sounds obvious given that it's a 1-point lead, but every bucket you give up now really hurts. Dennis Jenkins gets it off the tip, goes to the rim, and throws it down. Dennis Jenkins has given the Pistons a 3-point lead now. What a heads-up play. That's where speed kills.
Big time.
And you love to see it.
Let's go. We talked about getting stops. We talked about easy offense. And what better than something that they did so well last year and showing that they're going to be just as good this year, defense to offense.
They're doing
101-98, 5:42 left. The shot clock, 3-2-1. I didn't get Dennis.
Oh, no. They're going to call shot clock violation. Good.
Because it didn't hit anything. It would have been foul if there was like another second on the clock, bro.
Yep. That would have, absolutely. Look at that. Dennis Jenkins just being quicker than everybody. Quicker than everybody.
Woo! Wow.
Hey, Booth Boys, let's get our plays of the week together. I'm serious. You guys give me some plays of the week. We'll come together and we'll talk about it. And then get us a couple plays to break down, too. Definitely do that, man.
Dennis to Duncan. Duncan driving to the rim.
Oh, I like that.
Up and in.
So far, Duncan Robinson, let's go.
I like that.
Let's go.
Let's
103-98. They've pushed the lead back up to 5. Yeah, shout out to the Pistons. I see them posting everything about Dennis right now. 5:24 left. So
I'm nervous,
this is
man.
important, though. We talked about how important it is for this team to play effectively for Cade Cunningham while he's getting this rest. To play effectively for themselves and that team across the front of the jersey and the fans that are watching. These are, you don't understand how crucial these minutes are so early in the season. Imagine how well oiled they will be as you get towards the end of the season, as you're getting into the playoffs. And you're having multiple people within your depth lineup getting this type of experience right now. That's huge for this squad, bro. Huge.
I want to ask you something because you may know the answer. You and I have talked about this before, but You have eyes and ears on the streets. You're tapped in. So if you don't have the answer, I'd like to get this answer at some point. The fourth quarter thing, because typically stars sit to start the fourth quarter. They sit the first 2, 3 to 4 minutes. Then they come in, and Cade does this thing where he starts the fourth quarter, and then, like you said, we have this rest period around the 8-7 minute mark to the 5 minute mark, and kind of just gives them a little supercharge. Is there a reason why they don't just go with the 10 minutes straight method or the 8 minutes straight method, and they like to kind of break it up? Is that a Cade thing? Is that a JB thing? I'd like to know the answer to that.
I wonder, some of it might be stamina has been an issue for these guys, for all these young guys. And I think that to have this team in a position to truly, truly win at the end of games and have
great defense.
Great defense. Have great defense. I don't know. Who was that? Was that Asar?
That was Asar and Duncan. Duncan is playing very good team defense. He's fundamentally sound. That.
The most steals he's had over in a 8-game stretch in his career ever.
Jalen Duren taking him off the dribble. This is what you like to see.
Yes, he got the foul. It's got to be Duren and Duncan right now.
It's got to.
Yep.
And remember when we got him, Kool-Aid, what did I say? Duncan and Duren could do a little bit of Duncan and Bam, and that was a big thing for the Miami Heat offense. But you know what? Jalen Duren has surpassed that Bam conversation. So I can't wait to see what
These
him
are
and
such
Duncan
good
cook
minutes
up.
without Cade right now, dog.
Yeah,
this is look, as much as we like Cade and as much as sometimes we can all have hero complex.
Yes.
This team is they're proving, hey, with a couple more heroes here. Not even just sidekicks. They got some sidekicks. Jalen Duren is just a straight up hero. When I hear people say, can he be Cade's Robin? I'm like, man, with some of the stuff we see, that man can go out there and be his own version of Superman or whatever he wants to be.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
They stepping in together. They both got lead capes on, in my opinion. And we've seen Cade dominate when Duren's not there. We've seen Duren show up. Yeah. And as you said, it proves he's not a Cade merchant. But when they're together, it's something special, man. Shout out to Duren and Duncan and Dennis Jenkins.
Very aggressive with Jalen Johnson.
Just took the ball away from him. Let's go, Sar.
Great defense. Sar looking
This is what I want to see. Get the stops on Atlanta down the stretch, man. Get the stops. They had to refocus on defense and refocus on rebounding. Yeah, don't even set the pick and roll. He's going to shoot a jumper.
Nah, he's going to drive past him. I ain't even worried about it because that's why you got Jalen Duren to clean it up right there.
When he drew the second defender, then you already knew this is going to be has the potential to be. Ooh!
Oh my God!
Volleyball spike! Jalen Duren spiked that with 2 hands off of the other player. Is that Pistons ball? Bro, that's adding.
That was a great. That's Pistons.
That's
ball.
adding insult to injury,
about
bro.
Ben Wallace block. Remember
He
said?
2 hands spiked that mug off of. I don't know who it was. Was that Jalen Johnson?
Dyson Daniels.
Hey man, this Piston team is giving you a ton of highlights.
There we go.
Jenkins finds Asar, and wow, just like that, it is flated up to a 10-point lead without Cade Cunningham. 3:40 left in the game. Cade Cunningham is not in yet.
They've been able to just.
I don't even see him at the scores table.
They've been able to just let him chill. And that's what I said. JB Bickerstaff, he's just a coach's coach. We'll probably see a timeout coming up soon.
Yeah, that three kind of
108, 101, 3:23 left in the fourth quarter. I would assume a timeout's coming soon.
I think he's gonna give him one more play.
Dyson Daniels, don't dance with him. Call for that pick and roll. There you go. Hit it. Hit it. It's all right, Javante.
Damn.
All right, so there's
All
a
right, there you
foul.
go.
So
just bring Cade in.
Happen right here. 3 minutes left.
That was a great pass by Duren, though. Great pass.
I like this, man.
Great clean block.
Talk about just a beast.
Look at Isaiah Stewart loving it.
Yo, shout out to Buck Fitty. He said, I just bought some tickets for the game next month, right?
Yeah.
He said it's his first game since they used to play at the Palace.
Oh, my
Hit me
gosh.
up when you're
Shout
there,
out to
bro.
you. Yeah. If it's a December 6th game, I will be there as well, so let me know.
Yeah, we'll feature him in something.
Absolutely.
Hey, that was a good defense.
Oh,
No, that was a good
challenge that.
defense.
Challenge that.
Asar knows. Hey, well, let's see, man. Let's see.
Asar kind
It
of
looked like it was good defense. He's
kind of
limping a
walking
little.
with a little bit of a limp
He's
too.
limping, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's getting it. I think he's getting his legs back. I know people have said that he hasn't looked right tonight. I would agree with
again. I
that.
couldn't see.
Let's see.
They're gonna
here.
call it on Cade. Just to let you know, they're going to wind up reassessing the play and say, Cade, foul right there.
Oh, yeah. Because that was clean from
Because Asar did not foul him at all.
Asar was totally clean there, yeah. All right. 2:54 left in the game. We are heading to commercial break. Great stretch for this Pistons team, man. Defensively is what Kool-Aid and I called for, and that's what you got, and it made the offense better. This Pistons team just gets a lot of their points off of their defense. I'm looking at down the stretch here. How are they going to handle the Cade pick and roll with Duren, and what is going to come from that? Because you're gonna have I imagine Duncan Robinson in, and you're gonna keep Asar in, I would imagine.
You know what I like? I like when they run the pick and roll adjacent, like to the right side. I know in the beginning of the game they run it between like in the middle, like foul line to foul line, like the block to block side, but extended. I like when they're on the side, and this is what they've done several times now at end of games, where they'll have K kind of run some type of motion, and it gets them one-on-one with somebody on the right side. It's very difficult to double team somebody when on that baseline, when they're on like the right or left baseline, because then you're going to open up cut lanes on the backside, down the middle, and everywhere else. Unsuccessful challenge. I wonder did they keep the foul on him or if they changed the foul, but damn, that sucks. But you know, I don't know. I kind of want to see him get some actions where he can be isolated on that left side, get his back to the basket a little bit. So since lead trimmed to 1, 4 made field goals by 4 different players.
They said Asar made foot-to-foot contact.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. What?
I'm not.
What?
I'm not too
Put the
sure.
camera on
That's
yourself.
not a
Say that with a straight face, bro.
that's not a real
Just put it on your face and say that, dog. Switch the camera to you.
That's insane. Asar with the block on Jalen Johnson, and the Pistons get the ball back. Much needed stop.
Nah, Jeff think I'm playing, bro. That feet to feet thing, you gotta put it. Yeah, say it now.
It said it was foot-to-foot contact. That was the foul. Foot-to-foot contact on Asar Thompson.
That's insane.
I hope y'all have fun with that on the heavies tomorrow, dog.
That's insane.
What a block. Look at the star.
Look at this.
He's limping a little bit, man.
Yeah.
108, 101, 235 left in the fourth. Cade with the ball. There you go. The rub. They got him on the right side. They brought him back middle.
Lots of foot
got the
contact
block.
there. Surprised there was no call. Kay Cunningham
They block his midi.
misses the jumper.
He should have just stayed on the right side. They need to run that action, keep him on that right side. And layup.
one for the Atlanta Hawks, and now they have a chance to cut it to
I'm about to say
4.
that's no.
2 point.
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
2:16 left.
He's a player that I know a lot of Pistons
I
fans
know.
over the years have said.
I like him.
I know. I was about to say I know.
I like him.
That was one of your guys, man. And he's had a good game. Those guys that it's not like
He's had a good
it's
season.
not too much to include them on your squad, man. It's like, you know, they're just gonna do what's asked. They're not gonna complain much, and they're gonna play hard.
Yep.
Duncan Robinson coming in for who?
He got 21 points tonight. Nikhil
I
Alexander.
imagine Asar? No, Jenkins. Going
Oh,
to
they
bench,
took
yeah.
out Jenkins?
They took out Jenkins.
So,
I would have liked
Who are
to
they?
have his speed.
So who? So your secondary facilitator is Asar right now?
I think they're counting on Duren.
So they're going to the right side. Javante needs to cut through. I don't. Oh, man. So they don't have that secondary point guard or facilitator out there right now.
Doing a lot of the same stuff. And Duren.
Duren got fouled, bro. They're going to have to call something.
Duren.
They call shot clock
Unable.
violation?
Yeah. No foul.
So no
call.
jump ball, no foul?
Nothing.
Dog, hey.
152.
gonna have
Atlanta
to steal
gets the
up.
ball back. Atlanta has played great.
Nah, that was a foul. Dyson Daniels just straight up grabbed his arm, bro.
Great defense though from Atlanta when Cade has been in the game. It's been very tough. They made this Piston team uncomfortable in the half court offense.
Yep.
Hands, you can't call
Duren.
that foul after that
Call
calling on
for
that
another
knee.
foul.
His arms were straight up.
We call
Alexander
foot
Walker
contact, but we
to
can't
the
call
What are
line
they
to
gonna
make
call
it-
that foul, Jeff? He bouncing off his pec muscle tenderly. Like, come on, bro.
Tendernism.
Tendernism.
I'm just saying because Dyson Daniels just grabbed his arm the other way. If you're going to let them play down the stretch, let them play. I'm actually fine with that. But when you come down here and you call that soft stuff on the other end, it's like, gosh. But the Pistons, they're going to have to do a better job themselves as well. They're going to have to figure out what the Hawks are doing to run this pressure at them in the half-court offense.
Yeah.
They brought Dennis Jenkins back quick. 136 left.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. The offense looks different when you don't have that other facilitator, ball handler in there.
And like I said, his speed, too, just adds another dimension.
106, 108, 136
because I think that Duncan Robinson and right now Asar were not able to attack those closeouts aggressively enough.
Golly.
Jenkins gets it to Cade.
That's all I want. All right, keep him there. No, take the double team away. Take the pick away. Yeah, take the pick away.
Cade gets a tough
That's
mid-range
all I
shot.
need.
Let's go.
Take the pick. That's what I'm saying. Let my man pick a side and just let him go. And he looks mad. Take the double teams. Take the
Well, he
picks.
didn't. He didn't just watch his team win 3 games just to drop the first one. He came back.
Because you already know what the stupid narratives would be.
Yeah,
from
you know how
trolls.
competitive Cade is.
Look at that. Great
Do it again.
defense.
Do it again. Pick a side. Pick a side
No,
and
he
just
just
go.
got it.
There
He
you
just
go.
got it.
Go to the free throw. Go. They didn't get. You know what? Who cares? He made the bucket.
my
He
God.
deserves the and one, but it's all right.
Where's all
112,
that
106,
foot-to-foot
50
contact?
seconds left.
50 seconds. Jalen Johnson attacking off the dribble. Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
Give it to
for
K
3.
right
It is
now.
Off.
I don't even care about the pick and roll.
Oh, yeah.
19 seconds on the shot clock, 36 left in the game, 112, 106. There's the double team. He tried to get to a spot on the right. JB Bickerstaff called a time out. Settled his team down a little bit. 33.4 seconds left in the game. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. These Detroit Pistons are at 112 to 106, and Cade is showing out right now. Look at that.
That was
Look at him.
strong.
When Cade's flexing, just turn the lights out, Atlanta. Turn the lights out, Atlanta. It's night-night. It's done.
Hey, man, come on. Get out the gym, man.
Yep.
Man, them lemon pepper wings at Magic City gonna hit right tonight for Cade.
Hey,
Whole
man,
team taking a trip
you
there.
know they are 100%. They do not have a game until Saturday. They are going to Magic City.
Oh,
If you
yo.
are in the
Shout out to the
Atlanta
schedule
area,
guards.
You know what? I had to text.
That's a good point,
one
bro.
of my friends in the Atlanta area there that does frequent Magic City. I gotta see. I gotta know what the deal is.
They
Is
gotta
it
have
just
Duncan.
me or
They
does
gonna have
Dennis
Duncan in there
Jenkins
with the
have
team.
I'll
It's
get
on
on the
reporter.
stage with you energy? Look at you.
They're gonna have.
We're gonna get a report tomorrow like Dennis Jenkins right on the stage.
Oh my God.
Hey, let's rock, man. But the Red Wings get a big win, 4-2. So I'm sure our Woodward Wings crew is about to get live with their
out.
post games. They get a big win over the Kraken, man. Shout out to them. Cade Cunningham, 5th consecutive game with 25 points and 10 assists, longest streak in franchise history. I'm gonna say that again. His 5th consecutive game with 25 points and 10 assists. That is the longest streak in franchise history. Cade Cunningham, and right now he's trying to make that count in a win, which is what they've done in those last previous 4 games. This one, this is the 5th. We hope turns into a dub, seeking their 11th consecutive win. Franchise record best. They gotten it twice, 13. Ball is in to Jalen Duren, and they
I ain't
foul
mad
him
at
right
that.
away.
He can shoot the free throw.
Well, we talked about it. When you asked me, what do I want to see out of Durham? It was get the rebounds, help the team get some stops, and make sure you can hit your free throws if you're going to be in at the end of games. All the other stuff is going to be reticent off of if Cade's double or triple team, because if Cade's not double or triple team, no lob is going to Durham. Cade's going to shoot that. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
It's completely different. So,
Yep.
so they're not passing, dog. They passed it to Stu. They're fouling already. 12 seconds on the shot clock. I would assume they would have played that one out, but
At least try to get him to get an 8-second.
Yeah,
you know, like he's not a
why don't
dribbler.
teams do
like-
that?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
what?
I don't understand that
bro.
either.
That's a good point by you. I don't understand it.
They're hoping he splits, or I don't know what they're what they're looking at.
I don't know what. Where's the Pistons? Okay, so yeah, they only have 2 people on the line, per usual. But
They probably
I'm trying
just-
to see where how far back The rest of these.
I guess they're thinking was Stu is the worst free throw shooter, but he shoots 69%. Like that's still.
He's 3 of 3
not
tonight.
terrible.
Now 4 of 4. And you know what? I think they put him back there on purpose. I don't know why they don't. I guess they just trust K passing the ball in. But in crunch time, they always have K passing the ball in. Remember the Dennis Jenkins shot to send it to overtime. What was that against Orlando?
He passed it in.
Yeah.
Stu knocks them both down. 114, 106,
Clutch.
30 seconds left on the clock.
And Kool-Aid, you talked about this, in the first, couple games when the Pistons were really struggling, offensively. You said you wanted to see them make free throws. This game, they are making their free throws count, and that's where you see now. That's comes to play big when it comes to close games like this, because now they've made their free throws, and now you see they're ahead by, this much. And that's because they hit their free throws and able to, kind of extend the lead a little bit.
Way less stress, for the end of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and honestly, I don't know why tonight. I expected them go out there and hit them free throws. Stu, hit them.
Yeah, they got to.
They still got to get a little bit better during and whatnot. But just looking at this game tonight, and I see the steals column for a lot of these guys. These guys are getting their hands active. The Pistons have 11 steals tonight as a team. Duncan Robinson and Jalen Duren. Duncan Robinson, Jalen Duren, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Asar Thompson all have at least one steal. And then Cade Cunningham, Dennis Jenkins, and Javonte Green have 2 steals. That's everybody but 2 players on the roster that played tonight got a steal. Think about that.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
And they lead the league in steals per game.
Man.
10 per game.
Smash the like button, chat, as the Pistons
smash
close
the
this
like
game
button.
out.
Oh, he
What
hit that with
a
three within
three.
2.5 seconds. It was 30 seconds on clock. It's 27.5.
Duren to the free throw line.
What? This is interesting, man. They sending their bigs to get these inbound passes.
They trust him.
That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, Duren, go up there and knock it down. You want 30 mil?
Yeah.
It's like, go up there and knock it down, bro. Come on. He's taking his time, man. I don't know what's the referee holding the
Trying to
ball.
ice a free throw shooter.
The ref trying to help him out here. What is going on?
Yeah, it's like, why is he
Why
holding it?
foot-to-foot contact?
No Kristaps Porzingis for them tonight, by the way. We had mentioned his name all stream, but
There we go.
that is a notorious Piston killer.
Kristaps and Trae Young can make a difference for this Hawks team.
Yes,
Yeah.
they can. They can make a 6-point difference for this team.
It's 115-109, 26.4 seconds left in the fourth, and Jalen Duren hits the second free throw.
Let's go.
So
7-point
both Stu
game,
and Duren
26
hit both their
seconds
free
left.
throws. 116-109. Yeah, 116-109, 26.4 seconds left. Let's go.
Hey, chat, we're at 85 likes, but we got 221 votes in the poll. Come on, let's get it to 100.
Yeah,
Come on, what are we doing?
Thank y'all for being
What are
here,
we
man.
doing,
Go
chat?
ahead and smash
There's
the like
200
button.
people in here right
It
now.
helps us a ton.
Absolutely.
Serious.
Absolutely. You talk about wanting to see us do streams from certain places like LCA and all the things that we want to do that Kool-Aid has. You want to see that vision fulfilled, you need to smash the like button. You need to smash the like button, chat, man. Come on. And the Pistons are on a win streak. We shouldn't be asking for much here. It's not like we're, it's not like we're struggling. It's not like we're struggling out here. Come on. Should be giving out likes off the whim. The Pistons, look.
Off the join up.
If you like this stream, and the Pistons win, you know what that means. That means you got to keep liking streams to keep the streak alive.
Yep.
Hey, yeah, keep hitting that. Man, smash that like button, y'all. I see y'all. And Steve-O Baby, I haven't shouted you out in a few days. I'm sorry. He says,
Shout
Kool-Aid, I'm screaming my lungs out right now. Someone slap me. This is unreal. Let's go.
There we go.
I'm
Shout
glad
out
to see
Steve-O
people
Baby.
like Steve-O Baby because
Oh yeah.
he's consistently supported us and stayed tapped in. But the Pistons was one of those things that he was like, look, they have to prove something to me. He told me, man, look, I'm watching games now. I'm watching
Oh
games
my
now,
God!
Kool-Aid.
What the hell was that?
It's another 3.
Did you see that three?
116,
Oh
112,
my-
23.6 left to go. So Durant back to the free throw. This is interesting, man. This is
fighting.
interesting.
No,
They're
watch
fighting.
this, Kool-Aid. Holy shit. Look at this.
Yeah, that's
What?
insane. From the logo?
That's pretty crazy.
Who? Oh, okay. Hey, I see the Pistons bench. Somebody was like, somebody was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante.
That was
5
crazy,
like,
man.
bro.
That
what
was a hell of a shot.
That was
Holy
crazy,
shit.
yeah.
The Pistons.
118, 112, 22.9 seconds left. Oh, yeah. That means he's gonna hit
Money.
As a Caden Durden fancy owner, I am not mad that this game keeps stretching and going to the free throw line.
both. Get this over.
Look
I got high blood
at
pressure.
Chris. Man. He's trying to prolong this.
I'll take a Pistons win over anything, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Q Burton
Too
said
big.
magnet ball. On that turnaround for the logo.
Yeah, that was insane.
And he hits both free throws again.
This game is at 240. What was the total for this game? We had 240 points now? Or
Jalen
230?
Johnson for three. Nope. Shouldn't have took it out of your boy's hand. Jalen Duren to the free throw line again. I am eating in fantasy basketball right now. This is insane. This is insane. I gotta see how bad I'm kicking my boy John's ass. Let me see here.
Jeez, let me see here, man.
Okay, yep. That's to be
100
expected.
likes today. For the
Shout out,
chat.
man, to the chat family, man.
110
Shout out to y'all.
likes.
Yeah, if you didn't get
my
that
God,
opportunity
look at
to,
the
go
chat.
ahead and
Shout out to the
smash
chat
that like button.
Snapping. Can we get to 150?
Hey, Pistons about to win this game. Let's
Can we
rock.
get to 150, man?
And we'll rock out for what, about half an hour post game?
I'm good with it.
Let's
I'm
go.
good with it. I got nowhere to be but here in my bed. So
Let's
I'm
go.
good.
Let's go. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, this is nuts.
It's just a team that we expect to go out there and do this type of stuff. Like, this is insane right now.
This was an incredible win. A back-to-back
Let's go.
against.
Jordan just threw it up.
know.
Like, I know we won.
So I was like, let me not get you that turnover.
You know what? That's a good friend,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a
It's a
great-
great teammate.
That's a great play.
Let's go, man. Clap it up for these Pistons right quick. 120 to 112. 11 consecutive wins. They moved to 13-2. They're still first place in the East.
Tied-
And you know why I like this? Because last year, I remember after the first couple weeks of the season and after like the first month, this team hit their positioning and they held that positioning pretty much throughout the season. And so now you got a squad, a team that's sitting in first place, a team that defensively is one of the best teams in the league. The stats say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the advanced metrics? They say that too. A team that is that is the best in terms of dunks, paint scoring, pick and roll connection. That is Cade and Duren. Think about this already. And other people will say, well, you know, some of these other teams, they just got to get going. Who? I mean, look, I get it. You look at that triumvirate at the top of the East, or in the East. I won't even say top of like Orlando. Can they figure it out? I don't know. Their depth is shoddy. It is shoddy. The Pistons have more depth right now than the Orlando Magic do, and they're just literally an injury or two away. And you know what's interesting? We just saw a Pacers team too. Let me go through those three, and I'll get back to
Absolutely.
the Pacers. But you're looking at these top of these three teams at the top, and I think they have questions. When you talk about Philly and Atlanta, it all centers around if they can get certain guys back, right? All of a sudden, their identity takes a little bit of a hit. We've seen the Pistons' identity and mentality and mindset stay there no matter who's on the court. The Pistons tonight widened their lead down the stretch while Cade Cunningham was on the bench. We talked about how crucial it was going to be for their maturation as a team, that this is what J.B. Bickerstaff does. He wants Cade Cunningham fresh for the closing moments, which he went out there and closed the game out tonight. So how big is it that Duncan Robinson, Jalen Duren, Dennis Jenkins showed out during that stretch?
It was huge. It was everything, man. That game was slipping. It got to a 1-point lead.
Yeah.
The Pistons were really in a position where on the road, back to back, you just gave up a double-digit lead. That is a game that most teams fold. That is a game that most teams do not close out. But the Pistons are not most teams. They are number one in the Eastern Conference, and they just widened that margin over the Atlanta Hawks, who are one of the top three teams in the Eastern Conference. This was a fantastic win for the Detroit Pistons. Dare I say one of their best this season. I am very, very proud of this team and what they did.
Yeah, at some point in time, people are going to have to just stop asking for the Pistons to play somebody. Oh, who have they beat? And just realize they're just beating everybody that's on their schedule. What do you want them to do? Everybody on the schedule, they're going out there and they're walloping right now. And the Bulls, they got their get right with them. Hey, Platte, come over here, bro. You know what we're going to do? We're about to cut this promo right now, live on air. Because we got to post this to what's the name? We got to talk about the job that went down tonight amongst these Detroit Pistons. But, hey, look. See, they're about to see the promo cut right now. We're cutting social promos right now. What up, though, people? Man, it's your boy Kool-Aid. We got Platte the ball knowing the Pistons just defeated the Atlanta Hawks 120-112. And you know what? Everybody chipped in tonight. And it was the defense that stepped up. The play while Cade was on the bench, and then when it was the closing moment, it was Cade Cunningham. He does put up 25 points tonight, 10 assists. His 5th consecutive game of 25 and 10. That's the most in franchise history, and he gets it in the dub. What up, though, Platte?
Man, look, the Pistons have just tied for the 4th longest streak in franchise history. And you know the ones they got to climb? The top 3 streaks came in 89-90, 89-90 again, and 2004.
Let's go.
So the Pistons close this out. I'm just saying, that's a championship team to me. Shout out to Cade Cunningham. Excellent in his return. And shout out to, again, Chaz Lanier, Duncan Robinson, a lot of the young guys outside of the vet, Duncan, they came to play. And this was big for the Pistons. I'm excited. We're going to break it all down on Woodward Sports. Make sure you are tapped in live.
Let's go. Hey, see, look, and that's how it's done. Hey,
And that's
my
how
boy.
it's done.
That's how it's done, the art of it, man. But, whoo, man. I would say I don't even know what we're seeing right now, except for this is what they said they wanted to be this year. And now
That's what they told us.
It was about going out there now and punctuating that. And it's the consistency part. Some of the things that tripped them up last year, like there are things that they're doing this year that would have been losses at the beginning of last year and were absolutely the reasons why they were winning 14 and 17 games the previous 2 seasons before that. Now this is a squad who largely is still built off of young players and hoping and needing for a Duncan Robinson to score. But guess what? Do they need Duncan Robinson to really hit the threes? We've seen them survive even when he's off.
Yes.
And I think a lot of it has to do with, honestly, the no-quitness team. How many extra possessions did they create for themselves? Like, you know, we were tracking the stats at halftime, and we're going to get to the box score here in a little bit and talk about what these Pistons did. But we were tracking this thing at halftime in terms of points in the paint, in terms of turnovers and such. The Pistons put up, again, another game, back-to-back games, 66 points in the paint. That's crucial. They shot 54% from the field, and that's after getting outshot from behind the arc. They shot 32% to the Atlanta Hawks, 34% from downtown. Rebound-wise, the Pistons wound up getting that edge 95-35, and one of the things we looked at here was turnovers. They forced 19 Atlanta Hawks turnovers. They gave up 15 of their own, but guess what? They only gave up 15 points off of that. So when the Pistons did give up a turnover, they were getting back to try and scrap it up. To put that in contrast, you look at the Atlanta Hawks, 19 turnovers. The Pistons scored 30 points off those turnovers.
Wow.
You got 96 points between what they did, points in the paint. Some of those could be overlapping in terms of what they did as it relates to points conceded off turnovers, but 30 points, that's a lot. That's a lot. That has to continue to be a part of the recipe for this team because that is creating offense for yourself.
Absolutely.
30 points. You're talking about a fourth of your offense tonight came off of turnovers. That's amazing.
That's absolutely – you talked about it. That fourth quarter stretch, man, the Pistons were struggling to manufacture points in the half court, but it was those turnovers and defensive stops that they were able to make transition plays that got them this W tonight as they closed it out. Man, this was a sensational win. I really don't know what more to say, what more to add to it that I haven't already said on this stream because this was such a big game for this team.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Man. I'm really excited to look forward to what we got next.
Okay, well, look at that smile on his face, bro. I remember covering this guy. I was in the press conference room when he stepped to the table and was like, we're bad.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa, my heart. I try to be professional and things of that nature, but the jersey you got on, man, what these Pistons have meant, the bad boys, what the 04 team was, you want to see this guy go out there and win. Especially when you hear the interview and you hear Cade Cunningham saying, "I wanted Detroit, man.
Yeah.
I wanted.
That was
That's
so
what it was.
sweet.
That to me is like, you know what? Let's rock." And he's been putting on from the beginning, from the time he got here. Now to see it coming together as relates to wins, it's like, man. But before we get into the box score and all of that type of stuff, I want to throw it over to our booth boys to get you guys instant reaction on tonight's game. We start with our guy, Jeff, in the TD booth. Thanks for what you do for us for the show,
Absolutely.
the platform, and being a part of some of the socials and what we're gonna do behind the scenes, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is exciting. I mean, we haven't seen, especially in my lifetime, I haven't seen the Pistons actually, be a really good. Call you old? I just,
He's just saying in my lifetime.
I'm
I
just
haven't
saying.
seen it. Maybe you guys.
You know what I'm saying?
I was one of them. I feel hit.
No. I was four. And but this Pistons team, they get back to their roots. And one thing I want to highlight is the Pistons are second in the NBA in their defensive efficiency, and that's only trailing the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we talk about defense. It really puts into perspective just how important defense is to this team, because we highlighted those turnovers and how they lead to points. Those are the things that come playoff time. That's going to matter even more. And we see that because look at who's number one. Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending champions, the team that is arguably, the best in the NBA still to this point because of what they do. And we see the Pistons kind of have a very similar blueprint to what Oklahoma City did. They drafted their players. They grew their players within. And then when they needed to, they went out and got some guys. The Pistons are the same way. You have Cade Cunningham. That's our superstar.
Yeah.
And now Jalen Duren's taking that next step. He's gonna be that all-star on the side of you. But now it's about the Javonte Greens making plays, making winning plays, and that's where I'm most excited to see this Pistons team in the future, because I mean the sky is the limit. Like it's bright. It's a bright future for Detroit basketball, especially with Jaden Ivey looming return.
Hey, what about you, Brendan?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I've never seen a team like this in my life. Like, it's really, it's amazing to see. It really is amazing to see. And having guys on your team, like Chris was saying, in the fourth quarter, when we were only up 1 point, and it was looking a little rough at times, and Atlanta looked like they were going to get the lead for a second, and we were saying what players we need to step up. And I remember Pistons teams in the past in those situations, and you would say, well, let's hope this guy can step up. Let's hope this guy can do this. Now we have a team where we can say we need this guy to do this because we know he can. And it's really refreshing to have a team like this, and I'm really excited for the future and what we can do with this squad.
Absolutely. You
It's a
talked
special
about guys
squad.
stepping up, and shout out to you for stepping up, man. You've been
Thank you.
awesome
Thank you.
You've been awesome behind the scenes, always being a team player, making sure everybody has what they need and always ready and hungry. So shout out to you, Brendan, for that, man. And shout out to you, Jeff, as well. I know Kool-Aid gave you your flowers earlier, so I don't gotta say nothing nice about you.
Yeah.
But no, man, we got a dope team, man. I'm excited for this season. Oh yeah, Dr. O brought up in the chat, JD turns 22 and he's in Atlanta. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that dude.
And the next game is when, Platte?
Saturday. That dude is having a night tonight.
Pistons tallied 3 steals and 4 blocks in the fourth quarter alone. Shout out to
fourth
FanDuel
quarter.
Sports for having that up. But
It's their
absolutely.
defense,
let's
man.
we talked about it. 19 turnovers they forced, and they got 30 points off of that. A quarter, literally a solid, even quarter of their points
Just
off that.
crazy. Just
That's
crazy.
incredible.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's awesome. You know what? The 66 points in the paint, it's like they're not going to be denied.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to put pressure on people all night long. And you got to understand, being a team that is kind of born in that, think about what pressure situations are going to look like at the end of the season. They're going to be a team that's much better equipped for it than they were last year, where we saw them in the playoffs. It came back to bite them several times. But, Platte, let's do what we always do. Let's get through this box score, all right?
One question, though, before we do the box score,
yeah.
I want to ask you.
100.
It's a quick question. So, how many points were they scoring in the paint today? What was their total?
66 points.
66 points. Plus 30 in points off turnovers. So, if you're scoring almost 100 points off of turnovers and in the paint, do you need a three-pointer?
That's when I said, like, J.B. Bickerstaff has figured something else out about his team.
Yeah.
And I've gotten an opportunity to ask him these questions and kind of in different ways, and I'm just going to straight up just ask him, like, does your team's athleticism and high IQ play, or at least the IQ that they're showing, allow you to say, you know what, three-point or not three-point, we're going to go out there and do what we do? Because we're seeing this team go out there and still impose their will. Whether the shot is falling or not, it's not like they're going out there and one of the teams are shooting 34 to 37% from the floor. They're going out there and you'll see them shoot 32%, 30%, 29%. But you're like, whoa, this team is still going out there and beating teams by close to double digits.
Absolutely.
Or if it's not, then you've known that they've at least controlled the game the entire night. And so it's something different because you were there. You've been at these games. I interviewed you when you were when you were like, bro, I'm hoping I get this internship here. A long time ago.
Long
feels
time
like.
ago.
But where was it? Right in the concourse of LCA.
Yes,
so my man
was.
Platte was in the game, and I don't mean to remind you of this, but it was a lot of bad basketball, bro. It was a lot of nights where you saw this team actually winning.
Yeah.
And then third quarter, fourth quarter, and it's just somebody random.
Yep.
We already knew the stars were going saucers, but it was surprising at how many people were just resting their stars, and the secondary players was coming in there, and we were coming away with losses.
One thing that we, we talk about, how other teams are resting their stars. Never forget what Jaylen Brown said about how he can just take the night off basically against the Pistons because there's really no threat. When you go against teams like the Pistons, it's okay. I don't really have to play the full game.
We'll let Pritchard go for 30.
Yeah, and where you at now? Just kidding. He's got.
Now he's rubbing that hairline juice all over the place.
That's fair. That's fair. Terrible hairline, Jaylen Brown. Okay, let's get to the box score breakdowns. Kool-Aid. I'm ready to go through this. There's one person in particular. When we get there, I'm gonna ask a question about. But man, I'm excited. Let's
start with Duncan Robinson. He started the game 3 of 3 on the night for 9 points. Went away for a long time, and we said this guy's gonna have to show up in the fourth quarter during that stretch where Cade was out, especially. And what do we see from Duncan Robinson? 5 of 10 from the game overall, 4 of 9 from behind the arc, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. I feel like he should have been credited for more than 1 steal. It's just we saw his hands in the passing lane all night. This is something that he's doing a lot more and a lot better than we've seen him do anywhere else. For whatever reason, he stepped foot in Detroit, and now my man is like grinding, he's hustling, he's diving on the floor, and he's getting steals. So shout out to Duncan Robinson. He was a +4 on the night. Only 1 foul on the night, but I thought he played aggressively good defense. I just thought he was I thought he was just a good player. Like sometimes people say you might have to hide him on defense or he'll give you effort, but it's not really going to be. I saw good defense from him tonight. Now, what did you think about Duncan Robinson?
I thought this reminded me of that game. I'm blanking on the team. Who was it? It was the first game without Cade. Just a couple games ago. All these wins blend together. I'm trying to think. That game, he started off hot, like 3 of 3 or 4 of 4 from 3, kind of like he did tonight. And that gave the team the energy it needed. It was the veteran coming in off rip, providing a spark. And off of a back-to-back, that's very impressive that he did that. But I think Duncan is really starting to find his groove with this team. You're starting to see more ups than downs. You're starting to see more wrinkles in his game with the Pistons, and he's getting more familiar with this team. I like what he's bringing defensively. I'm going to continue to say that because I think everybody looks at him as a terrible defender. He's a pretty solid team defender. You brought up the fact that he has the most steals he's had in an 8-game sample in his career recently. That is no coincidence, man. This Pistons team, when you have great defense around him, he is able to actually bring things on the defensive end too because of his high IQ. So shout out to him. We saw him making plays a lot this game. Shout out to him offensively and defensively. Duncan Robinson, one of the bright spots for this Piston team tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And just kind of go through this, Isaiah Stewart, 13 points, 4 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 5 free throws, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. And you heard my voice kind of 5 of 5 from the free throws for him because he had a couple big free throws down the stretch. For whatever reason, the bigs were the ones that were getting the inbound passes when it was free throw shooting time. And you know what? They knocked him down. So good on him. Jalen Duren, the big fella, 24 points, 8 of 12 from the floor, so he's just going to be efficient. 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Most importantly, 4 of 4 down the stretch. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. You can stop me at any time here. Jalen Duren, +4 on the night, man. What you thinking, brother? Well, I mean, we've said everything there is to say about him. Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going, man. Like, Jalen Duren is just, I mean, Spencer said it today. He said that he's the second best center in the NBA behind Jokic right now. I ain't mad at it.
He's definitely past Alper and Sengun. I remember Hawks fans. I mean, Rockets fans. They had the opportunity to spout that last year, but Duren has just I'm on something completely different.
Yeah,
man, dog, that Dennis Jenkins dunk. But Cade Cunningham, 25 points. Did shoot 10 of 23. But he was exactly what you needed in that fourth quarter, especially down when you call it the closing time. 10 assists, 6 rebounds for him. 2 steals on the night. And again, he has the longest streak in franchise history of 25 and 10-point games consecutively. Dennis Jenkins, anything okay?
Just not his best fourth quarter, but I think a lot of that was a credit to Atlanta rather than a knock to Cade, and it also being his first game back. So it wasn't the typical that we've come to expect 20-point fourth quarter masterclass, but that is no indictment on Cade obviously whatsoever. So I just wanted to be fair and say that it wasn't the best quarter, but the team did what it needed to do, man. The people around Cade stepped up, and Cade was absolutely great. He was on one, orchestrating early on, and then he kind of switched into that score mode, like you said, in the second half, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and the crunch time, he came in, he hit a couple big shots, facilitated well, and I thought that was exactly what you need. If you're going to sit him for those couple minutes from the 7-minute mark to the 4-minute mark, you need the lineup that's in to come through, but then you also need Cade to come through. And I thought that you see J.B. Bickerstaff on the screen there, I thought that his team acquitted him well. Dennis Jenkins, 14 points on the night, 7 assists, and you know what he proved tonight? It doesn't matter who's in the lineup. I'm just here to ball. Obviously, the usage goes down, and what they need from him scoring-wise is going to take a little bit of a hit. But did his efficiency? No, he was still 6 of 10 from the floor tonight. And again, 14 points and 7 assists for Dennis Jenkins, Platte.
I mean, look, this guy proved that he could arguably be a closer for this Piston team, like on the closing 5. He was one of the best performers in this fourth quarter for the Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham. So I'm looking at him as somebody that, look, we talked about it earlier. Yes, he deserves a shot in the rotation. He might deserve a shot to close games. Yeah. I mean, this guy has been phenomenal. So shout out to him.
He got us back scoring when we were on the drought.
What's that?
My bad. He got us back scoring when we were on the drought, and it was a one-score game, and he goes down, gives us that dunk, gives us a little energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that was off of a steal, too, that he went and got.
Yeah, or off the jump ball.
Off the jump ball.
Dunk. Yep. Definitely gave us some life.
I do want to, before you continue, we do got a super chat.
Yeah.
I ain't say that. Said, I've followed D-Rob's whole career in Miami. I'm a Miami fan first. Sorry about the 05-06 Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh.
That's tough. This guy was integral in the finals run. He knows what it takes. That's a good point because I seen a lot of Miami fans trashing Duncan Robinson on the way out. I seen a lot of Miami fans trashing him. I think he was one of the bright spots of Miami over the last several years. So I didn't get that at all. Thank you for having boots on the ground there to confirm that. But, yeah, shout out to Duncan Robinson, man. He's been awesome.
Yep, and as we go through the rest of this box score, we go to the bench. And I'm going to save Chaz Lanier and Javonte Green for last. But you got Paul Reed, 4 points, 2 of 2. And it's just when he's in there, the minutes are going to matter. 2 of 2 from the floor, 2 rebounds for him. Ron Holland, 2 points. And he's a player who you see his minutes. He's still sitting around getting that 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 minutes per night. And I do believe that his defense is what you want to look at, the hustle, being in there and knowing that tonight they played a team that had a lot of those kind of 2, 3, 4 tweener guys. And so that's going to put a lot of pressure on people like Ausar Thompson and Ron Holland and even a Duncan Robinson. Jalen Johnson's not an easy cover either, and you don't want Cade Cunningham chasing him around all game either. So, they had a lot of those types of guys from Naw to Dyson Daniel and such, and that's where when you look at how frustrated they made this Hawks team, when we're talking about turnovers, that's where you like a guy like a Ron Holland in there. Again, yes. Ron Holland, another stat we got to talk about with Ron is I do believe he got a steal tonight as well. So, Ausar Thompson, he just got back, 6 points. He returned to the line tonight after injury. 3 of 5 from the floor. He was limping a little bit out there in the second half. Got a steal, got a couple rebounds tonight. But anything of note of Ron Holland before we get to Javonte Green and Chaz Lanier?
Ron Holland.
Ausar Thompson.
Yeah, I
or
like
Ron.
his energy.
Either
yeah,
one.
but Ausar is the one that I wanted to stop you at and just ask you what you thought of his performance. Because to me, tonight, it wasn't the greatest performance, but he finds ways to still be positive. So I'm glad he can play. That being said, he may need some extra time to rest. Maybe this extra 4 days will be good. I don't know if it's like also these were different injuries, obviously. The blood clot, that was scary versus this ankle injury. But he might be one of those players that kind of has to like play themselves back into rhythm, back into shape, back into physically where he needs to be. And so I'm looking at Ausar and seeing what these next couple games look like for him. So I won't judge him too hard. What did you think of his performance? Because I saw a lot of people saying that he didn't look great tonight.
Yeah, with as it relates to Ausar Thompson, I think that 3 of 5 from the floor. I know what people probably are looking for out of Ausar, but when you don't need him to be the usage king, this is what you're going to get. And there's some nights when it's going to work for him that you see him get 12 to 15 points. But I believe, limited minutes. He only got 24 minutes tonight. You wanted to see him be a little bit better even on the defensive side. But these are things when you're talking about coming back, he's still kind of limping around. These are things where I say, you know what? You kind of take the performance, you take the efficiency, you take the fact that he had a couple nice plays in the second half where he looked a little bit more comfortable, and you say, all right, get that rest. We got a couple games coming up here. They're on some road trips. So Ausar Thompson's a guy who I just trust him. I don't like these types of games as coming off injury. It's just like we know who Ausar Thompson is. We've seen him be exactly who we know him to be. And this year I think that as he gets a little bit more healthy, you get into about the middle of the season where you're going to see the consistency of an Ausar Thompson.
And shout out to Aaron's a ball knower in the chat. Aaron's 1789 said, Ausar was awesome, had huge defensive plays in the fourth. 100%. He did. I don't want to make it sound like he wasn't great. He just wasn't the Ausar standard that you saw. And you saw that physically too. Like I don't think it was much more than that. I don't think it was much more than his first game in a while and also a little bit of physical ailments. So to me, I like that you said that. I trust Ausar. Ausar, he's not going to overdo it. And I like that Ron Holland is kind of following that suit because Ron Holland is a crash out. So I thought this was the guy that was going to be like, all right, no Cade, I'm shooting 20 shots. And I wouldn't have been all the way mad at it. But he continues to just play within his role and have a good feel for the game. So I really, really like that about Ron. I thought that was
I do too. He plays within himself, in my opinion. And that's the thing that you want. Like Ron Holland, he only took 2 shots tonight. You know, and that to me is an aspect of a sign of maturity. If your shot's not falling or if things aren't working within the flow of the offense, you don't want to be the one that's out there just chucking up shot like, oh, I want to go and get mine. Instead, I still saw these guys put up the effort defensively. Yeah. I still saw them diving on the floor. I still saw them doing whatever they had to do to try and battle, and there was a little bit of a lull with the rebounds there in the fourth quarter, but the personnel changed, and we understood it. Like, at these end of games, sometimes we talk about stamina. Stewart, who's now starting and playing a few more minutes, 26 minutes, like he just got back from injury. Yeah, think about it. Last year, he averaged less than 20 minutes per game. So I expected him in the fourth quarter to be a guy who was looking a little bit like he was, dead legs a little bit. So I don't know. I like the character of this team. I just
Me
do.
too.
The character of
Yeah.
this team is one that continues to impress, and we're still just early in the season. Now, we got to talk about Javonte Green and Chaz Lanier. Javonte Green, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the floor, off the bench, 3 rebounds, continues to be a pest, 2 steals, and was a plus 14. He had the highest plus minus on the entire team, did Javonte Green. So shout out to him. And Chaz Lanier, 3 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 7 from behind the arc. So the young fella did exactly what he's supposed to
Shooting
do.
it
He knew his role.
He knew his
Followed
role.
it.
Yo, man, talk about these guys, Javonte and Chaz. I will share this on Chaz Lanier. He looks like he knows what his job is.
Yep.
And he doesn't look scared either on the court on the defensive side. He's not someone who I'm like, yo, get him off the court because he can't really keep up defensively or he's getting blown off. He looks like a second round pick. He looks like a rotation player. He looks like a fit. And I loved it when Tyrese Maxey and Dennis Jenkins were getting into it in that Philly game. Who did you see also getting right in the mix? Chaz Lanier. He got that dog in him, man. I
He
like him. I
absolutely
like
does.
him. And he did his job.
Yeah, look, I think you nailed it. He is a player that, his head's not spinning on defense. He's not looking around. He's not lost. He's very comfortable within himself, and that's what you get from a seasoned college player, not just a 19-year-old freshman coming in, or in Durant's case, 18 years old, where look, Chaz Lanier and Jalen Durant, the age will shock you between the two of them. That's all I'm going to say there. But Chaz Lanier, man, he came into this league polished, ready to go, knows his role.
Chaz Lanier looking at
And
you
I'm
right now like,
excited.
you calling me old? I'm about to be 24 in December.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. He's Durant's unk. It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely
man.
crazy.
But yeah,
He's a vet
I like Chaz Lanier. I'm gonna always cape for him to get more minutes because, like you said, Kool-Aid, if this is a guy that can do what his skill set is at a high level consistently, that is exactly what this Piston team needs. So I would love for him to get more minutes. We shall see how that shakes out. And then just quickly on Javonte Green, man, one of the just underrated spark plugs for this team. You talk about Ron Howland, he got a lot of credit for that. You talk about Isaiah Stewart, that gets a lot of credit for that. Javonte Green is a guy that I am seeing consistently bring it to the defense, and I think that has been crucial to this Piston team. Like I said, what a great pickup. What was that, like an August or September pickup?
think
Way
so, yeah.
after free agency. Trajan Langdon, man, picked up a gem in Javonte
He's
Green.
a dog, man.
Shout out to him. Not the greatest offensive night, but that's okay. He did 20 the last night. He did just enough defensively tonight that I'm okay with.
Yep, and you got to expect things are going to change when Cade
Absolutely.
Cunningham gets back, and it didn't change much for the team's overall performance. They win again, 12-2, 12-2. You know what their record is away? They are 4-1 on the road as they begin this road trip. I don't even know what to say about the Detroit Pistons anymore because it's like you're just waiting to see, okay, is every game going to be like this?
Yeah.
Are we going to have something where we can critique like, oh, well, this is what they need to do to win? Because right now the things we're critiquing are about what they need to do to keep winning and
Yes.
take winning to the next level as the season continues on and they get into playoffs. It looks like this team is taking even the NBA Cup serious. Like that they want
Yes.
that. And you look at players like a Dennis Jenkins. I think he could be helped by the purse that they get
Oh, yeah.
from that NBA Cup. But
Absolutely.
any last words from you? We'll go to our booth first, and then we'll get our last words in.
All right,
Start with
well.
you, Jeff. What up, though, brother?
Back on like Javonte Green, like I've said earlier, he just impacts the game. He just impacts the game in a winning way. We talk about the plus minus. He had the plus 14. That's the highest on the team. He just impacts winning for this team. So he's so ultra important, and it was a great pickup by Trajan. And then the one thing that this team can never use enough of is shooting, is the shot creation. And that's something that I'm very excited to see when Jaden Ivey comes back, because then you have a shot creator and a three-point shooter who Jaden Ivey, before he got hurt, we all remember he was shooting the ball really well from three before he got injured. So now you're adding a shot creator and a three-point shooter into the mix, once he gets going. So it's going to be exciting for, the Detroit basketball to really, start to take off here as we, enter the month of December, probably when, Jaden Ivey will probably, end up being back. So it's exciting, man. I'm ready for it all.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm excited. This team just seems like everybody knows what they need to do, and it's refreshing to see. I mean, like you guys were saying, Ron Holland, 2 points tonight. Only took 2 shots though. He knew that his priority that tonight was probably defense, and that's what he did. Did a good job. And that's how everybody on this team is. I mean, they're not selfish. They know what they need to do to win, and if they're not hitting that night, they know that their teammates and the guys around them can, and they'll help support that. And it's really good to see. I'm very excited for the future of this Pistons team in general. It was awesome to see tonight.
Absolutely, man. It seems like they're in good hands at all 3 phases. You talk about within the front office, at the coaching level, and then how the players handle themselves. And this is a team who you would have thought, losing all your vets from last year who helped turn this thing around. Cade Cunningham wasn't bashful about crediting Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway in his interview with Kevin Durant in the boardroom, his boardroom platform, about those guys being very instrumental to the turnaround last year. Key to it. And they talked openly about it. Now you're talking about not having that guy, and Malik Beasley. Yes. I mean, I'll leave Malik Beasley. They haven't had any of those players for some of this stretch. I forget exactly when Tobias went out, but I think the majority of this winning streak has been without even Tobias Harris. Now you're losing these vets that were so instrumental to what the leap that this team took. They're not even there. Yeah. Like, think about that. This is about these guys, these young guys. And even Cade missed some games. Stu missed some games. Asar missed some games. Duran missed some games. Bro, we've only played 14 games this season. And guess what? The identity for who this Pistons team is, it is consistent throughout. And so it's like the things we get to critique them about are almost things that would make them a more close to perfect team. You got out of your stars tonight between Duran and Cade almost 50 combined points. When your big two like that can shoulder that lead, do you understand how lethal that makes you? Because then when they sit down, what happened? The team stepped up. When they stepped back in, what happened? The team looks so much more dominant. So it's like you have the best of both worlds now when you're looking at how good Cade and Duran are playing, not just together, but even when they have to kind of carry the load themselves. And then how well the team is saying, you know what? We don't want to be the reason why Cade and Duran have to get up off the bench early. We don't want to be the reason. If they need their rest, they need their rest. Like, that's why I love about Dennis Jenkins going out there and playing like, y'all owe me money. Like, I absolutely love that. Why? Because it's going to continue to put pressure on another team who thinks, Cade and Duran are off the game. We can go lunch. No, bro. Ron Holland was a number 5 overall pick coming off the bench. None of the other number 5 overall picks. That's not happening with any of them. Is that happening with Ivy? No. Is that happening with Asar? No. Think about it. All the other lottery picks are starters. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You got people on the bench who have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And that, to me, is what I believe is going to help push this team to a whole nother level, because I do believe in and I trust that core of, like, Asar, Ivy when he gets back, Jalen Duran, Isaiah Stewart, and Cade Cunningham. I 100% do.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see Ivy back on this team. It's gonna be so great. My closing thought is this: remember what I said? That was such a hot take. That the Pistons, if they won this game, could win out November. Their next games are as follows: Milwaukee without Giannis, the Indiana Pacers, the Boston Celtics, who you have beat before, and the Orlando Magic, who you have beat before, and then the Miami Heat. That is your schedule for the rest of November. There's one back-to-back in there. It is Orlando to Miami. That is tough. Obviously not a lot of travel, though, so it's kind of nice that it's kind of a nice back-to-back. But, yeah, man, look, they could definitely do it. After what I've seen from them, like, what game do you pick them to lose? What game? Are you looking at an OKC game? That's in February, buddy. you have a team now that you can come out and expect to win on a nightly basis. So I'm really excited. We'll see how this schedule shakes out for the Pistons. But right now, I'm feeling good, man. I really hope it would be cool for them to keep chasing that record, and it mirrors it too. Mm-hmm. It mirrors the loss record because their 10th loss came the same day 2 years later as their 10th win. Or 2 years previous, sorry. 2023, November 17th, 10th loss in a row on that horrible losing streak.
It's
November
amazing,
17th,
man.
2025, their 10th game on their winning streak.
That's absolutely amazing. You know
And
what?
most of the guys are here.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, chat family, for being here, for supporting us. Go ahead and smash that like button when you get a chance. If you haven't already gotten to it, I see you in the chat, Matty Fresh. I actually had a chance to meet Matty Fresh at a Pistons game. And it's cool because he just walked up. He said, yo, Kool-Aid, I love Woodward Sports. I love Woodward Pistons. I love what y'all do. And he just wanted to be able to encourage and motivate. That was so dope. I was like, bro, let's turn this to an opportunity to get some content. And he was fired up for the Detroit Pistons. I believe that was at the home opener, if I'm not mistaken. He sends in a $10 super chat, and he says, 11 straight wins. I'm sleeping in my Isaiah Thomas jersey tonight.
Shout
and
out.
you know what?
I
Extra
need to get
points
one.
to you for spelling Isaiah Thomas's name right.
Yes. Yeah, I see so many people spell it wrong.
Yeah. What were you going to say, though?
Oh, no, I just said I need to get an Isaiah Thomas jersey. That's like one of the – I need to – I'd like to start collecting jerseys, but that is an expensive hobby. But I got a couple K jerseys. You got a couple K jerseys. I need to get an Isaiah Thomas jersey. I need one. I got Grant Hill. Shout out Grant Hill.
130, 180 a pop almost. Jerseys, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, but you know what,
It's
bro?
all right. It just comes out of my girl's Christmas money.
What a game, though, man, by the Detroit Pistons. This is one where we're sitting here saying, all right, the Hawks, they're a formidable team. I know they don't have Trae Young playing right now. We haven't called Kristaps Porzingis, but you're talking about a team that came in on the night 9-5, and now the Detroit Pistons send them to 9-6 while they move to 13-2, 15 games down on the year. The Pistons moved to 5-1 away from home, bro. So they've only lost one game on the road and one game at home during their 13-2 stretch to start this year.
Wow.
I don't know what else you can say about the squad, man.
Hey, man.
Smash the like button, y'all. I think that might be a
Smash the
show.
like button.
Shout out to the Pistons for putting on. This is an incredible feeling. And shout out to you guys for hitting that like button and supporting us, man. Let me see if there's anything else in the chat that we need to get at Crazy Clown. I was told 42-40 or 40-42. Yeah, I think the Pistons are going to blow through those types of expectations. Aaron says just book it. We are winning 28 games in a row to erase our 28-game losing streak. I really hope that happens.
Do you know how much I would lose my mind, Kool-Aid, if that happened? I can't even fathom 20. I remember one of the greatest moments of my life was watching the Houston Rockets during their 22-game win streak. I became such a fan of them because it was just so cool to be a part of that history. Man, I can't imagine what a 28-game win streak mirroring a 28-game losing streak would do for me in my spirit, in my soul. This 11 right now means the world to me. Like I said, I'm looking at 13. I'm looking at 13 and 14 as those magical numbers because those are the numbers that were tied to previous Piston champions. So that would be good enough for me as his, but 28, man, I can't.
No, that's awesome, man. You know what? I see another super chat came in. I ain't saying it says with the $2 super chat. If I get in contact, can I sit in on a stream? You know what? Let's set it up, man. Get in contact
Absolutely.
at Detroit Kool-Aid. We'll definitely set something up, man. And
Shout
for a
out to
lot
him,
of
man.
the chat family, maybe we'll do something where we can have one or two people in at a time, and until we figure out a way to accommodate even more.
Yeah, maybe pick like a top supporter each stream to kind of then maybe
We can have like
bring
a Hunger
through for
Games
another
draw.
one. From
Make 'em battle
District
for it.
13.
Cease.
Put him in the ring. Fight it out.
Oh,
Royal Rumble
man.
style.
That would be great, man. Shout out to I say that. He was dropping super chats in the heavyweights too, so shout out to him.
Shout out, dog. Like I don't think they understand how much the sport actually means.
Yes.
Like I know we say it a lot, but I'm telling you guys, each and every time it means just as much. But thank you guys for supporting us. This has been a
Smash
journey.
that like on the way out. We're almost at 200. Come on,
Yeah.
let's get to 200.
Yeah, it's
Let's
still
get to
152
200.
people here. If you could smash that like button and help us get to 200, Yeah, send this Piston stream into just the Eon, man, into Sports World, Sports YouTube. Let's get this, what our Pistons are doing, our coverage, our narratives out there. We've seen our guys lose out on things because of our narratives just weren't the ones amplified. Now we got a Woodward Sports. Now we got Woodward Pistons. Now we have Woodward Hoops. Now we got a squad that's going out there and not just getting the stats where we look at it and say, but Cade's getting numbers like this guy and that guy. No, now it's coming in actual dubs, so people can't say, yeah, but is he helping the team win? Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He is. Sheesh. Right, but thank you guys, man. This has been a fun one. Shout out again to Jeff and to Brendan. If I gave you 10 seconds, y'all, anything to say in 10 seconds, Jeff?
I'll just say, you know what, man, we looking forward to, the rest of this winning streak. We'll keep it going all the way into December. Then keep that pushing. Hey, maybe we get rewarded here, coming up here soon. NBA Cup championship, it's something to look out for. We're excited. Jaden Ivey, of course. I'm gonna have to try to tune into that Motor City Cruise game to see him out there on the court. I just want to see him out there on the court, man.
I'm excited,
But
man.
I'm just excited about this Pistons team, man. You, Brennan?
Yeah, just keep tuning into the Pistons watch parties. We're going to keep doing this. It's fun. I'm excited to see what the Pistons are going to be doing this season, and I'm really glad to be a part of, along with the ride. I'm really
glad to have you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, like I said, we're doing some different things this year, so I will get Woodward Pistons channel back up and going again, and we'll continue to bring these to you guys over here on Woodward Sports too. So shout out to the company. Appreciate you guys. Go Pistons. Goodness gracious, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's rock, man.
Detroit
Kool-Aid
basketball.
Platte.
Let's go. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you.